up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Do you want some of my iced coffee? I got it from Pete's today.
I was going to say the big thing is it's a Pete's coffee.
Yeah.
Which was a weird moment.
The pure one, Tim
We were
Gettys.
there. We had some burgers for lunch.
Where'd you go for these burgers?
We went
Built.
to Built Burger.
This is in the mall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in San Francisco. It's technically outside the mall. Pete's is also outside the mall.
It's part of the
Starbucks
mall.
is
Let's not
inside.
have a real mall
There's
rats
no
argument.
entrance to it from the mall.
Ooh, burn.
So?
Sick
Damn.
burn.
It's not inside
But the
the
building,
mall.
it isn't a freestanding structure away from the mall. It is part of the
It is
mall's
It's like a
foundation.
Hershey store on the outside
Wells
of the mall.
Fargo.
It's not
Wells
inside, it's
Fargo
outside.
is outside of the
Real
mall.
quick, too, the Hispanic
Go fuck
heartthrob,
yourself.
Andy Cortez.
Fuck you.
I felt good, actually.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That feels pretty good.
Anyways, where do you come down on this? Is Built Burger part of the mall or not part of the mall?
Oh,
I'm
man.
not saying it's not
You all
part of
have
the mall.
very
I'm pretty
good
sure that's what he
points.
said.
You all
He
have
said
very
in
good
the
points.
mall.
The fact that there's
It's
no
literally in the
entrance.
wall of the mall.
Yeah, but it's not in the mall. There's a mall.
If
It is
it-
on the out. It's on the perimeter.
It's not
of
on the food
mall.
court.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It ain't at the food court.
This is literally a mall rats argument. But if the mall, this is the wall of the mall.
Yeah.
And it's part of the wall.
It's attached
That's
to the
part of
wall.
the mall.
Yeah, it is part of the mall.
If I
Yes.
bombed Built Burger, which I'm not thinking about doing, NSA, it would
You're on
hurt
FBI
the
list
mall.
instantly, just
on
too
FBI list
far.
now.
There's a boudin that is not in the food court, but it is in the mall, right? So
I
it's
don't know.
like
I'm not
all
feeling
food
from.
has to
I
be
believe
in
it's
the
So
food
Bowdoin,
court.
McDonald's
too.
not in the
Bowdoin.
mall.
McDonald's not in the mall.
But you wouldn't be like, hey.
McDonald's part of the mall.
Isn't that's like the Trader Joe's? It's over by Trader Joe's.
Trader
Yes.
Joe's not in the mall.
Correct, but it's across the
part of
street.
It's under the mall.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah,
Why is that correct?
because I don't think the mall extends that far to Trader Joe's ass.
It does. Trader Joe's
Somebody
is like on the underside
Google
of the mall.
Earth, Stonestown Gallery.
We have
and
fucking
look at
Kevin
it from
Coelho.
above. I don't know what point that's going
So
to
anyway,
prove.
the reason I went to Pete's instead of Starbucks was because I actually don't like the kiosk Starbucks. I hate that shit.
Thank you, Cool Greg.
I don't necessarily like it. That's not yours.
I'm the champ.
That's not
I'm the
yours.
champ. This is
Well,
why Tim's so mad. I'm the champ.
Pretty sure Sean would have a different thing to say about that.
Nobody cares about him. Too bad.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, so
see
here
when
we
go to
go.
RTX.
Here we go.
So this. Oh, wait for Kevin to bring it up so the
it up
audience
on the
can see
wall.
it. The
Kevin,
audience
full
can see
screen
it.
this
He's
shit.
working on it. He's working on it.
He's working on it.
He's
Oh,
working
he's
on
going to
it.
do the Colin and Greg
Bam,
live thing.
bam,
Oh, that was a
bam, bam.
mistake.
Bam, bam, bam.
Kind
Conor
of
Live?
funny morning show. No,
Yeah.
but I mean, I haven't made that mistake for a while.
Oh,
I
okay.
messed up the name of the show.
Okay.
It's okay. At least 1 out of every 10 times when I introduce something, I introduce this as IGN. Still, I cannot shake that. It was 10 years of like, welcome to IGN. Oh fuck, that's not what we're called anymore.
So can I get it? I need.
Right?
Told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, so
This
yeah,
show is
keep on.
ridiculous.
Enhance. All right, so here we go. Stop. That's good. That's good.
So you see the Pete's where I
So
was at.
Built right there.
Right.
Well, okay. There's Pete's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Built's up there. Built part of the mall,
Yeah.
and then
Champ Sports also part of the mall, but I believe that's also in the mall because I think you can go through into the other
Champ-
side, right?
No, you
or no.
can't.
Oh, you
No.
can't. So that's part
No.
of the mall.
Wait, so you agree with me?
I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
I think the outside's part
What
of the mall.
about the
inside's
Temple
in the mall.
Baptist Church? Because Temple Baptist Church is about Jesus, and Jesus is part of all of us.
The Temple Baptist Church is nowhere near,
see now Trader Joe's backs up to the Stonestown Galleria.
but there's no entrance.
Is there any? Yeah, I'm with you so far.
You can enter this way.
Now here, this is it.
That's
This is
outside, Kevin.
this is I know very little about. I've been to
It's still
Stonestown,
part
obviously.
of the mall. Greg's right. If somebody bombs Trader Joe's,
We're all in agreement that it is part
Nobody's
of the
gonna
mall.
bomb Trader Joe's.
Agreements.
I don't understand
Nobody's
what the
bombing
argument
Trader
is then.
Joe's.
Why did you correct
Because it was
Greg?
in the
In.
mall.
It's not in the mall.
I think maybe we got off on the wrong foot here. Because I would agree, sure, it's not. It's in the wall of the mall.
He's just
Here's what I'll
mad
say:
'cause he's
as
not
the
champ.
Nintendo champion,
No, kind of funny.
kind of
world
funny
champion.
champion,
I guess technically I hold both belts.
as the Nintendo World Champion of Colin
other
and
belt
Greg
was
Live
delegitimized?
with Beyond, as
Beyond a shadow
agree
of a
with
doubt.
Greg.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to agree with Greg. Sorry,
That's my
Tim.
man. That's
It's
my
okay,
man.
but you're lying though. You're just sucking up.
Are you? Because
Yeah.
it's working.
You're doing the suck up face right
No,
now.
because you were there
That's that
with us.
sweet suck
you
up
were
face.
actually in this establishment, so you know.
You got a dog
You
in
mean the
this
mall?
race.
He was in the mall?
I was in Built Burger.
We didn't go in the mall.
But if you go into
Yeah.
Built
But,
Burger, that's
getting
still
back to it,
technically part of
Collapsed
the
under
mall.
its own
I
weight.
appreciate that Nick was hiding information from us. Because I thought it was weird you didn't want to go to Starbucks.
No, so
and you didn't admit
well,
that
for
at
one,
the time.
it was farther than Pete's. The Pete's is right next door. I just
Sure.
wanted coffee. I'm trying not to drink soda anymore, and I kept looking at your hands. All you guys had those amazing, crisp, refreshing Cokes in your hand, very large, very cold, and I was like, I just want that, and I know that I could get it faster at Pete's. But also, yes, I don't like kiosk Starbucks. I like standalone Starbucks. I feel like the quality control is
Freestanding
better.
Starbucks.
Freestanding Starbucks, or as we already established, they can be a herpes sore on the outside of another building, but they can't be inside a bigger building.
See, an interesting thing I want to bring up, Kevin, is the
what do you want?
Starbucks at Ceremony Mall.
Sure.
Ceremony, as Nick would call
It's
it.
that
Yeah.
Ceremony.
That's inside.
That is half and half.
Sure.
That
Because
is
it's a
half and half.
herpes thing on the
Right,
wall,
but it's going into
there
the skin.
is an
It's going
entrance
right
to
Tim,
the
if
inside.
it's
inside.
half and half, then it's in.
I was gonna say
It's
if you can
agree.
enter the.
I agree.
If you
You can't be half inside another human being.
If you can
You're in.
enter, this is I like the definitions we're coming up with. If you can enter the mall through the establishment you are in, it is inside of the mall.
Okay.
If you can't, similar to you,
But
it
see,
is
what-
part of the mall. It's at the mall. It is the mall, but it's not in the mall.
But I mean, the physical building is in the mall. It does not have an entrance to the mall, but it is.
Well, we're trying
in
to.
it.
That's the deficient. Yeah, I
What is that
understand.
called?
It is still in the mall.
I just burped really
Before
gross.
we get
Thank you.
too far down this rabbit hole,
This is not a topic.
Well, I want to throw a wrench in this. I was thinking about making my topic today malls, and the fact that this conversation came up, I think we got to run with that.
Okay, fine.
Does that
I like
throw
that.
you off too much?
No, not at all. I just.
All right.
I'll be the second.
Here's
segment.
what I'll say about the sparkly, crisp, delicious soda that you were mentioning.
Yes.
I went to go see Wonder Woman this past weekend.
Yeah.
You loved it.
And I knew I was going to get a giant soda. I want a cherry Coke.
Cherry
Cherry
Coke.
Coke is on my
choice.
mind. Cherry Coke is like my fucking the
Jam.
drink that I get when I'm at the movies, right? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll take a cherry Coke, and they're like, oh, the fountains are on the other side. I was like, all right, so I kind of walk around.
Saunter, if you will.
I saunter over,
A light gallop.
a brisk jog,
Okay. A yog. Sorry, continue. Tell
and
your story.
it's the fucking bullshit remix.
Freestyle remix.
Yeah,
machine.
where the
Whoa!
cherry is not cherry Coke, it's just fucking Coke with like red cherry flavoring. Get out of my face, dude. You're a fucking fraud. Who are you trying to be? Why are you trying to be cherry Coke?
Jack
You're
of
not
all trades,
cherry
master of
Coke.
none, those
You're not
machines.
cherry Coke.
But
You're
you can get
fucking
like
bullshit.
cinnamon Coke out of it. You can put any kind of combination you want in the remix machine.
Do you want cinnamon?
No,
just-
but I don't.
it's-
I just want. I mean, I don't want
For-
any of it.
for
the
clarity's
record,
sake.
to blow all your minds, while you were off gallivanting around here, I had a Coke.
Saunter.
I drank somebody's Coke from the fridge that was in a
no one
plastic
was
bottle.
gallivanting, bro. How are you gonna fucking use the wrong word?
How are you gonna
we
fucking
were
throw that? in our
sauntering.
We
face?
were
At
either
best.
sauntering or yogging, or at best a light gallop. We went for a yog.
Yeah, can we go back to this?
What's
Let's
a
circle back
yog?
to the yog.
Yog? That's what high class people call jogging. We don't jog, we yog. It's like when you go to Target or the Home Depot.
Despo.
You don't just what?
You put an S in there for some
I
reason.
did
don't know.
there was a teacher. I had a finance class in high school that did call it Home Depot, and he was a weirdo, and he
Right.
wasn't joking.
Who?
He also talked to me about the XFL a lot.
Well, it's like my friends who would say Illa.
I mean, he knew I was a huge XFL fan, but he
I
did.
was like, I don't know if you're proving a point there.
He
or
would,
this guy was awesome.
he would clip XFL articles out of the newspaper and give them to me because he knew I
he
was
hate me.
I was interested. Goddamn
How many
right.
yards did he hate me get
Lots.
this week?
Yeah,
Tons
exactly.
of yards.
Tons. So many.
All the yards.
Mr.
Who was it?
Delava? Mr. Delava
Depot.
sounds right.
We were having a conversation with someone. E3 is a bit of a blur, but someone was talking about the difference between how we say decals and how Canadians say decals, or what are they called?
Bullshit. It's bullshit, guys.
That sounds
Sounds like
awful.
something Jen would
That's
get
weird.
wrong. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get every episode early. How early? Well, now you can watch them live as we record them, like so many people are doing right now through an unlisted YouTube link, just by giving us $1.
Forever.
Forever.
People, I mean, this is about Gamescast, but
Oh,
forever
sorry.
people, I say you can get it early or you can get it late.
Yeah.
There was no getting on time. There's now an on time option.
$1 is
Yeah.
on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't watch it live, though, because we don't
Thanks,
archive
Kevin.
them, that's the whole point. You can get them early on Friday, ad-free as a video or an MP3. And if you want to wait, you can. They go up day by day, topic by topic, Monday through Thursday, the next week on youtube.com/kindafunny. Please subscribe. And then that following Friday, one big video, one big MP3. Malls.
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 So I grew up with this mall.
I love malls.
Stonestown Galleria.
What's that like?
As they call it. It's interesting. San Francisco is a weird place because it is all about the local mom and pop shops, and there was a big thing. There's no Walmart.
Buy
here.
local. Yeah.
There's a Walmart in Oakland, but that wasn't always there.
Right.
There's no Target here until recently, and then they added all these like little weird city Targets and kind of fake Targets, but there's no proper,
Super fake
They're
Targets.
so fake.
There's no proper Target in
There's
San
city
Francisco.
Targets.
However,
City
Daly
Target
City,
sucks.
And they're awesome.
which Daly City is, going back to it, the herpes on the wall of San Francisco.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
You know, and that has multiple
What
Targets
is San
a block
Bruno
away
to
from
Daly
each
City
other.
then?
San Bruno is
It's a
the
polyp.
Anal
herpes-
warts.
Yeah, it's like
It's an anal polyp.
Oh
oh,
God.
damn,
Thank
you
you,
just dropped
Andy.
the polyp.
Thank you, Andy.
That was too much. But there was a lot of Targets over there, right? So at one point there was about 5. Once GameStop bought EB and FuncoLand,
Yeah.
there was at one point 5 GameStops within a 2-block radius.
Nice.
And it was
must have loved that.
insanity. It was fucking insane.
Did you love that?
We would go to all of them for no reason.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But so I had a kind of warped sense of malls.
gotta
Now
warp
there
something.
is the San Francisco Mall downtown that is now known as Westfield.
Westfield. Yeah.
But growing up,
Great Mall.
the Gray Mall.
No, Westfield is a
in
great mall.
San
Is a
Jose.
great. Oh,
But so that you're bringing something up here, you had to go all the way to San Jose to get to a real mall.
Really?
Like a damn, it has every single thing you could ever want. Because the problem is in San Francisco Bay Area, there was the downtown mall, but that was always a little bit too yuppie, right?
It's touristy too.
Yeah, touristy. There's a lot going on there. But there's like this magical connected dots line of malls in the herpes area of San Francisco that goes from Stonestown to Ceremony to Tanforan.
Yeah, it's
Now we've discussed Tanforan on the show before. That is the mall
Tanforan.
as
Tanforan. There's a 4 in
Tanforan.
there. You're not saying.
No.
Tanforan?
Tanforan.
Tanforan
Yeah.
is what it is.
Tanforan.
Used to be a horse racing track. It
did.
That they held Japanese internment people
Yep.
at.
Yep.
So that's a fun fact.
I didn't know that. I knew
Interesting
that.
history.
I always assumed the horse part because it's their logo.
Yeah.
But their logo didn't have any Japanese people behind bars. So
They
I didn't
didn't,
know
which
that.
is a good thing.
Probably best for the
but
Do you
then
think
they
at some
then
point those were the
turned
two
that
choices?
mall-
They were like horses or
Listen,
internment
we
camp
want to
icon?
honor Tanforan's history.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Looking
know.
at them all.
They put it out on Twitter.
The
and it's
logo
like
designer was like,
51%,
I can't.
49%. Guys like quit.
I'm out.
this is not.
But then at some point they decided to make Tanforan the generic GTA mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where-
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
it used to be the cool mall.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
When we were young.
Lies.
When we were young.
All lies.
When I came here, that was, and I'm talking 10 years ago, we used to go to Tanforan at least twice, 3 times a week.
Why
Preach.
are you
You
saying
remember?
that?
You lived, yeah, you lived there. You lived through the
Preach.
IGN days. We'd
I
go
did.
hang
The
out with
Brisbane
Casey.
days.
Remember Casey, the manager at GameStop?
No.
He was nice enough to take back the games that we would turn in before there were any rules. They'd have like punch codes through the UPCs. He's like, you guys are good for them. There you
This
go.
sounds like a ethical problem.
Oh, it was a huge ethical problem. Oh, are you kidding me?
Very big.
When Hillary took over, he was eventually like, we have to stop. This is bad. Because this is like, when I started IGN, I was talking about Goldstein. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's like editor-in-chief of IGN. No, in the old days, it was the Wild West. This is what I was talking about. When we got there, it's funny how much games journalism, games press
This
has
is when
changed.
OJ's case was going on, right?
Exactly.
It was a wild, wild west.
Exactly. Will Smith.
Yeah.
No, you got there and there were no rules. Nobody knew what the hell they were doing. There was just, and so people would just trade in games. You'd get games, like people would ship you games, like, right? I'll never forget this one time. A publisher will remain nameless sent everybody their game, and they sent it on every platform. And this is a game that was on PS3, 360, you know what I mean? Like everything, PSP. So you got like, everyone at the company got this box of like 5 games, and everyone at the company immediately went on their lunch break and turned them in. And to get the cash, or not the cash, but the credit to buy more
the
game
credits.
stuff. Because this was the things we were still buying stuff.
The smart
It was
people
insane back in the
would
day.
put it on the card, and you'd get a card that had a shit ton of credit on it, and then you could do with that as you please.
The credit for GameStop.
Non-traceable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GameStop,
exactly.
but you
Exactly.
could-
That's,
yeah, you could
that's how I think I
still-
ended up buying my original PS3 was the
Yeah.
fact that I had done it forever, and like me and another editor there will remain nameless. Were like I got assigned to go through and clean out all the games, and I'm like, well, can I take all the doubles? And he's like, split them with me. We did. But eventually Hillary was like, this is terrible. Like, why are you doing that? But you look back at some of the old IGN decisions. None of the pay for play, here's your review score, but there's tons of stuff in events. You're just like, Jesus, why would anyone do that? But you were dumb kids. Here we go.
Yep, they were.
What are we talking about? Oh, Tanforan back in the day. It was great.
No.
It was great. It had a good food court.
It's so food court. There was
Every
never
mall,
a shop.
every mall food court is a so food court.
Yeah,
There was-
absolutely. Fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
not true because
100%.
I will hold up to the fact that Westfield Mall has
No,
a good food court.
Westfield Mall
It used to have a Bristol Farms.
Yeah, that was I remember those
And I
days.
stopped eating there the third time I went in there and saw a bum eating out of the
Trays
salad
with his hand.
dressing.
Yeah.
Was just eating like pokey, like ahi
Sure.
tuna. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. I mean, kudos to him
good.
for getting those good fats.
You and
But
I thought you were on this train with me and Jen the last time we went there.
Yeah.
We got the Thai food where we
Yeah.
were like, this just isn't good.
no. I'd had that Thai food 3 days in a row.
I know.
And by the third day, I started really seeing behind the curtain as to whether
Yeah.
or not that food was good. It
Because
was not good.
you were marking carrots with your eyes. You came back 3 days later and they're still there.
Yeah, it
in the
was,
steamer tray.
yeah, it
Oh
was
my
bad.
No,
God.
that's not true. That's not how bad.
Oh
it was.
god.
No, but it
See,
was.
that place is a trap though, because that again, the touristy bullshit, and it's so upscale that they charge you $1 billion, and they have we have a Brazilian steakhouse. It's like get the fuck out. This is trash. They have that new lobster thing.
Yeah.
And it's
Lobster
just
meat,
like,
I think it's called,
and
something
it's
like that.
horrible because they're always out of everything, and it's super overpriced, and then it's not even good.
It's gotten bad there, and I make light of like the homeless situation. But have you noticed that they actually don't have trash cans anymore there? You can't throw your stuff away outside, and that's because of that. It's because they had people would come in there and root through the trash. It was terrible. So yeah, it's an interesting space.
Now, what I will say is that I remember back then, Tan Fran being a mall that I would remember from my own day in Bloomingdale, Illinois, Stratford Square Mall, where I grew up, my stomping grounds. You know what I mean?
words
Did it
in
have the Hot Topic? It had the Hot Topic. It was just a mall.
Is that the sign of a good mall, whether or not it has a
Of
hot
course,
topic?
that's like a definitive thing.
No, that's a sign that it's a mall. It qualifies.
It
It
had-
the lowest common. None of these malls
I
I'm
always
talking about
thought-
don't have a hot.
I always
Tan
thought the
Foran
Spencer's
had-
Gifts
Except
was
for
that.
Stonestown now, R.I.P. They
Tan
got rid of
Foran
it.
has the Orange Julius. It had that 3D video game machine you got into and it rocks around.
Yeah.
But most importantly,
3D still does.
Most importantly, it had the GameSpot. Stop. It had Casey Inside working it. Then it had BJ's Brewhouse. Still does have BJ's Brewhouse. I don't go there.
Good
Home of the
pizza there.
Pizookie.
The Buffalo Chicken Pizza at BJ's, you tell them, my mouth's doing that water and a thing. You tell them, don't put the barbecue sauce on it, just put extra buffalo sauce on it. 9 times out of 10, they fuck it up. But on that 10th time when they don't, delicious. And then you could go across into Barnes & Noble, flip through the comics, flip through the magazines, see what EGM's saying about
Look
whatever.
over at the now closing sign. Is it just?
I'm talking
gets
about back in
bigger
my
and
day.
bigger? I'm
Back in
joking.
my
It's
day.
not there
You know what I
yet.
mean? Okay.
Somehow that place is still taken.
Good. Okay.
You know
Blows
why?
my mind.
It's because they know that that's where I got book 7 in the Harry Potter books.
that's history.
Midnight.
Probably.
Got it.
History in the making.
And I
There is a
went-
Hooters there too.
Yeah,
There is
Hooters
Hooters
sucks.
there.
Hooters is the
No,
herpes of.
It
Tan
got better.
Fran.
It got
It did
better.
not
though.
get
The
better.
first
We went and
time
saw
went
it.
to
We went and
Hooters,
saw it. It's
You and I distinctly remember
Hooters
saying, I'm
connects-
actually enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would.
It does.
well, that's true because this is my
Hooters
first.
connects. Hooters is
It
technically
does.
in
It
the
does.
mall.
So here's the
It's
thing.
a
You're
long
right.
corridor.
But it's like it's in a weird. It's one of those holes you wouldn't think to stick it in. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure,
Like
100%.
there's doors that don't even clearly say Hooters
Yeah,
in
you
the
can't
mall.
go through those.
Yeah.
You just need to know that there's a long hallway. And it's a very long.
a never
hallway.
Stick
ending
yourself
hallway.
in those Hooters.
Yeah,
You'll get in there.
You just got to get in there.
But Greg, I remember eating this and you saying, you know what? I remember Hooters being a lot worse than this.
Yes.
It's actually better than I thought. It was going to be.
Okay, I agree. Kevin, real quick, we got to open the shades in here. It's a gajillion degrees. I'm
Yeah,
done.
I'm burning too.
All right, cool. You're going to get some audio noise off the streets. No. We went there before Suicide Squad after God tried to stop us from seeing Suicide
Right.
Squad and give the power outage to the Alamo Draft House. We went there, and yeah, it was the first time going to Hooters where they finally gave in and were like, we're not just going to give you really gross breaded fried chicken and call it wings. We're going to give you, flash fried wings the way you'd expect
Yeah,
them.
decent.
And they were better than I expected, but I would never, we don't need to go there
Hooters sucks.
I go to Hooters as a matter of tradition
at Comic-Con.
at every E3 and Comic Con.
We didn't go.
I went.
He went.
Really?
Yeah, I sure did. I went the
piece of
second day
shit.
we were
I wanted
there.
to go. You
I went
piece of
with Lou and one of Lou's friends and one of my friends. We all went.
Is
It
Lou
was
your
great.
dad?
Fucking
No.
Lou.
Big Lou?
Big Lou, if Big Lou went inside a Hooters,
Lou
Big Lou
Medina.
doesn't know Hooters exists. If he did, it would blow his fucking mind and he probably would never stop going
Is
there.
your dad like you and Matt?
No, and not in the least. But my
Okay.
dad's very...
Was he ever though?
No.
Because like that kind of is the best thought.
No, my dad is very much a very reserved, very nice, very soft-spoken, just kind guy. But every once in a while, I'll see him encounter something that he doesn't know exists, and it like blows his mind. Like a Hooters would be like,
It's like
he'd be
Cool Greg.
I don't understand why this happens. Yeah, it's exactly
Cool
like
Greg
Greg.
in airports and
Yeah.
flying.
That needs to be a topic to itself one day.
Damn, in 3 hours we're gonna be in LA. That's crazy.
He tripped me out because he was like, normally like the farthest I could get is the mall. You weren't there for that.
I was here when he showed up to travel with a brown paper bag full of clothes. We had to be like, you need a bag.
He knew he needed a bag. He just thought he had a backpack, realized he didn't.
He's the
Had to
best.
get here anyway.
Cool
He
guy's
had to
the best.
improvise. I don't know. Malls are go for it, Andy.
I was going to talk about the local mall of McAllen, Texas, La Plaza Mall in the Rio Grande Valley, 956. We don't play no games.
don't play no games.
They have a Chick-fil-A there.
Ooh.
And that is
Chick-fil-A.
what's set apart.
You know you don't like Chick-fil-A.
What are you talking
Come
about?
on, it's like mediocre in every way.
I was
There's
trying to
a
win
couple
you to
things
decide.
Kevin gets really, actually everything Kevin gets really like opinionated about.
This is the first thing I've
one
ever
of
heard him not like.
them. He does not like Chick-fil-A.
Great milkshakes.
Of course.
Decent milkshakes.
You don't like the chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A?
I think it's fine. I'd rather McChicken.
Wow.
Their fucking,
Mac chicken.
their fucking nugs are the best.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's got some choice nugs.
They got them choices.
So aside from Chick-fil-A, they also had Luca Pizza. Now, so I have like rose-colored goggles when it
Glasses.
comes.
No, he's got they wear goggles in Texas in sandstorms.
You got the hair.
I
but,
was
like,
Chris Kirkpatrick. Luca Pizza was delicious to me as a kid, but I know for a fucking fact that it's a place that if I were to go back to now, is it even open? I have no idea.
It can't be open.
Right? There's no way, because I haven't been in that mall in like 12 years. But I knew that if they had if I were to go back there and eat a slice of pizza at Luca Pizza, go ahead and Google that.
I'm doing it. Luca Pizza, McAllen, Texas.
Correct. Yeah.
How do you spell
got
McAllen?
McAllen. Yeah, the pizza was good to me as a kid, but it was like sort of New York style, folded up.
Motherfucker,
in
this
half.
place is open.
It's still open.
Apparently.
Let's call and see if they'll deliver.
Shit. Oh my god. So La Plaza Mall was the nice mall that you went to. That was like the more snooty mall, right? Which
Okay.
is not, it wasn't even snooty by any means. But the cheaper mall, the more ghetto mall you'd go to was El Centro Mall.
Oh shit, son.
And that shit was in Far, Texas. Like PH Far, Texas, right? And you'd go there, and they had a really shitty movie theater.
Okay.
And that's the first time I saw The Sixth Sense when I was in elementary school. Really scared me.
Good movie.
Always smells like feet, though. That fucking mall always smells like feet. But you'd go there for the loobies.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
You would go to
explain.
El Centro Mall.
Please explain.
You would go to El Centro Mall for the loobies.
I mean, I've gone pretty
Yeah.
far in my life for a couple lubies, but this seems like it's way out there.
Oh no! So El Centro Mall is like closer to home, like, but you'd travel further to go to La Plaza because it's more expensive and shit.
Okay.
Because
What's
they had a
lubie?
hot topic.
Let's just cut to it. What's a lubie? What is that?
Oh my god, you've never heard of Lubies?
No, I have
Oh
no
my
idea what
God.
that is.
What? Okay.
I just want to make sure they're open.
Ask him what a lubie is.
No, they don't
Ask
know.
him where Lubies is.
Ask them if they're close to
Because like there's no Yelp page for it, and there's just like ambiguous information about Luca's Pizzeria. I'm done.
It's so weird to me that you all have never heard of Lubies. So Lubies is like a buffet-style cafeteria place.
Okay.
With like dope-ass fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Okay.
And they have fish. And
So like
they have,
Sizzler.
I guess so.
Or a hometown
I've never
buffet.
been in a Sizzler.
Town.
I think Sizzlers are shitty answer
Okay.
to lubies.
All you
Okay.
can eat shrimp. Does that sound like a good or bad idea? Because
I-
that's Sizzler.
I think they may have had that at Luby's at one
Oh,
point, but I
man.
know that they have like no,
Bad
but it's
idea.
like good fucking food, and they got some great lemonade, and it was across the mall from Mr. Music. Now, Mr. Music,
Yeah.
was like had the really really bad music brands.
Yeah.
There was never a Fender there. There was never a Gibson, but there was like Fernandez or like some shitty brands. No.
Show everybody, Kev. Show everybody Lubies.
Show everyone your shame, Kevin. What is this?
Kevin's trying to show us Lubies.
Is this it?
LOOBIES.
LUBYS.
But I mean, to be fair, look, it says great. What is that?
It's
Home
got
cooking?
good looking food.
Great Canadian home cooking.
Great Canadian home
Clearly,
cooking.
it's in Far Texas, right?
Yeah,
Good old
yeah,
Luby's.
What,
Canadian
they
Far
can't make
Texas.
Canadian food in Texas?
Very true. Tim Hortons all over America.
LUBYS, Kevin. LUBYS had a great fucking buffet. And when you're done, you'd go to Mr. Music, you'd play on some really, really bad $100 electric guitars.
Yeah, you did.
And there was all off-brand instruments. And if you wanted to get a shirt made, you'd get a Tough Stuff. Now, Tough Stuff was right next door. And they were your custom shirt shop. So if you needed fucking T-shirts for your fucking pep rally in
Did
high
they do
school.
like the spray?
Yeah, they
on
did.
stuff?
They did spray,
Yeah.
but they also did like the actual pressing and stuff
Okay.
like that. there was always a Spencer's.
Of course, there was a
Spencer's. You get that
Classic.
You get that
That makes
fake
them all.
poop. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fake
That,
poop
they
at
had the
Spencer's.
psychedelic posters with the black light stuff.
Yeah,
they had all the
sure
sexual
did.
I always
jokes
kind of
and
got a
everything.
boner because there was
It
always
was
like
fun.
sexual stuff.
Oh, you knew?
in
Yeah,
there.
there's all sorts of sexual. Is this Luby's?
One day I'm gonna know.
This looks gross.
This is fucking Luby's.
Now, the question
dog.
about Luby's I have for you, Andy, is
Hit me
did
up.
it end with the soft serve ice cream that you have to do yourself?
You could always do that if you
At
wanted to. Yeah.
Luby's?
Yeah.
See, it and Sizzler, they are one and the same.
That's
Okay.
every buffet. I feel like.
Luby's
Right?
also
that
had,
was
like-
home, that was home kind
was
of.
home.
They also had like the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
chocolate
Tim-
waterfall.
They always have a pudding
Golden
bar.
Corral.
Sizzler didn't have an all-you-can-eat buffet. They had a taco,
Yeah, they had a shitty
Station.
salad stand, but then they had all you could eat, whatever the fuck you want when you ordered
which
it.
is
The all you can eat shrimp, all you can eat steak, all you can
Yeah,
eat.
but he's
whatever.
right. There was no. It wasn't a.
saying
Sizzler's not known
it's
for the
different
buffet.
than
It has
Luby's.
salad bar.
It is known for
And the pudding
its-
bar was amazing.
it was,
They
that's the
eventually
taco
added
bar.
fried chicken too, and they
Yeah.
added all
Part
this
of the
They
other
had the
stuff.
chocolate waterfall.
No.
Where you
Just in
could-
the bathroom.
That's at weddings.
Jesus.
That's just. Oh yeah, I have a good story about that. I've told that story.
Oh, what?
I've told this my Sizzler story before. I'll
Have
tell
you?
it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's when I terrified a small
I
child
remember
because
this,
of it. Yeah.
But like, we
This
you
is
told
when
this
I-
recently.
Oh yeah, you did tell us recently.
For
Okay.
people who didn't watch
So
that episode,
Stephen Ogg.
I was. Oh yeah, I did tell us.
So the morning show. Okay.
I wonder if he remembers that. Let's all tweet at him. Yeah, Sizzler holds us. That's the last time I went to a Sizzler, by the way, because I was so mortified that happened that I went to. I was loading in a job with my brother down in San Juan Capistrano, and we were all super tired. This is when I was a big boy.
Oh, yeah?
Like I think I was tipping the scales here at this point in my life around 250, 260.
Good for you.
So I was eating like I was going out there to fucking play football every day, except I wasn't playing football. I was sitting on my couch doing nothing, smoking a lot of cigarettes. And we were loading in the show, and I had to go to the bathroom real bad. We take a break to go to Sizzler's. Now this particular Sizzler, had not upgraded their bathroom in a very long time. And I walked into the one stall, and it was already clogged. And I'm like, this sucks, but I gotta do it. And I dropped fucking a hell spawn in that goddamn toilet. It was disgusting. And as I come out, I mean, I was in there for at least a good 15, 20 minutes. I was doing my business, right? I come out and some kid, maybe 8 years old, 9 years old, is staring at me like doing the pee-pee dance, like he's got to go in. And I'm like, kid, don't go in there. Now, I'm not sure if he spoke English or not, but he was not, my words were not resonating in his brain. And he went in and I was like, well, he's got to learn sometime. And I shit you not, no pun intended, 5 minutes later, the kid came out crying and went to his mom, and they started pointing at me, and I was like, we got to pay. We got to pay the bill right now. It's time to leave. Can't go back to Sizzlers. So I don't know if I'm banned for Sizzlers or
You're
not.
not. That kid sucks.
But that kid sucks.
First off, he's a fucking narc, so he can go to hell.
Fucking
It doesn't.
snitches
That's the funniest
get
thing.
stitches.
That's the funniest thing about language. It doesn't matter what language you have. Narc is the same word everywhere. And that kid is a
Narcos.
fucking narc.
That kid is
and
a
he's
fucking narc, dude.
And his mom should have slapped him for being a narc. Don't
Yeah.
point him out.
Yeah.
What,
To be
what was
fair,
your
though,
problem?
Put his
may have-
face in it.
It's possible that he sat
Bad.
down. I mean, the pile was so tall that it's possible that he sat down on the toilet and got a little bit on him.
Oh, and it
was
made
bad.
contact.
Yeah,
It made
so
contact.
he could have dangled his prepubescent balls on top of a load right there. I'm not sure what happened.
I don't want to get anywhere near that.
Neither did this kid.
Malls.
He sure didn't.
Yeah.
Malls. By the way,
Prepubescent malls.
malls hold a weird place to me because I grew up in Riverside, right? So for me, like the malls in Riverside, you're talking about the old Riverside Plaza or the Tyler Mall.
So the Euro malls were more outside, right?
No, they weren't. They were all indoor malls, but they were all dilapidated. Now they've all been excavated. Well, the Tyler Mall is still indoor, but the Plaza got just knocked down and they made it this nice outdoor mall. But yeah, you were talking about like, I used to go to the mall and it was those shops that you've never heard of and never will hear of again. I think we had Egg Software, which was like a small chain in Southern California that sold video games and like systems, things like that. But that all just started slowly going out of business. But we would go between that and then we would drive to Orange County where my dad worked and we'd pick him up and we'd go to the South Coast Plaza or there's another big outdoor mall it's escaping right now, but South Coast Plaza is like the most high-end mall you'll ever go to in your life. So we went there recently and it was like every luxury watch brand has its own standalone store in there. Every designer brand has a standalone store. And so coming from Riverside where I'm like, this is normal to me, to going to that and seeing luxury and looking at price tags and being like, fucking A, people spend this much on shit was like, it was mind blowing to me.
I think of malls. I think of KB Toys.
Fuck
Hell
KB
yeah.
Toys.
You do.
Right?
Fuck yeah,
right?
KB Toys.
A shitty toy store that had to try to survive there. Because Toys R Us was, Stratford Square Mall.
I have no fond memories of KP Toys.
I'll get to my fond memory in a second. But Stratford Square Mall, pretty much right across the street from a Toys R Us. It's just a gigantic Toys R Us that's just epic. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you want. But if you remember, and I know you do, the JLA figures were exclusive to KB Toys. So I had to go there week after week
These are the
with
ones
my
with big
mom.
puffy chests.
I mean, no, what?
Did they look like the...
They were. I mean,
show?
this is. No. This is based on the comic book.
Okay.
Grant Morrison comic book.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Continue.
So they'd be there. You'd go there. It was the first time they had a Martian Manhunter figure in forever. You know what I mean? I'm talking since like Superpowers. This is the first time I can get Martian Manhunter. So
How
you know
is
I'm
it, Andy,
going
to
there.
experience it
You
in
know
real
I'm
life?
going there. You know what I mean?
He's there. You can
They had
feel him.
fucking, they eventually had the now this is over at the Warner Brothers Studio store. I do believe I had to buy this, but them all mint on card in one giant box with the fold up Velcro things, and they had Superman Red and Superman Blue inside of it. Remember, because that was a big thing. That's
I
where they
remember
had
that
the
was a big thing.
translucent characters too from I forget which JLA story. Did I buy two? So I could open one and play with it and have one mint on card? You're goddamn right I did. Yeah,
interesting.
Jimmy Kennedy let that happen?
No, yeah, Big Greg Miller let that happen.
Oh, this is when
Again.
you had a charge card.
Greg, this is no.
Like a year ago.
This is my dad. Big Greg Miller.
I
I'm
see,
little
I see.
Greg Miller.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Big Greg Miller was just happy to have his son collecting garbage like Big Greg Miller collects. Big Greg Miller got Coke shit for fucking years.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
He's got old bottles, antique shit. He's got this one Ames bag. It's a long story. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But I was always blown away that it let me do this. But I've talked to them both since then. It was their way of bonding with me. For mom, it was, on the weekends before I had a license, driving me over to the mall or whatever to be like, oh, we spend time together. Dad doing, seeing me collect stuff, go to Comic Cons or whatever. But we also, the one thing Stratford didn't have that Oakbrook did, Oakbrook Terrace, I want to say, is what this outdoor mall was,
Okay.
is that they had a Warner Brothers studio store. And they had all sorts. This is back when Warner Brothers studio stores were awesome, and you had all sorts of Superman and DC stuff. This is when comic book stuff was hard to
yeah.
find, of course.
Yeah.
I got a big
Our
ass
childhood.
Bugs Bunny stuffed animal.
You bought
It
the
had
wrong
wire
stuff.
legs and
Yeah.
shit, and you can like pose
terrifying.
him. It was dope as fuck.
Now the reason, of course, the Warner Brothers studio store steered in my mind. Of course, I got a lot of Superman stuff from there. That big Superman bust you guys remember from the living room.
The one that smells like ass.
No, it's how can plastic
Why are
or
you
what?
smelling
Why
It smells like BO and ass.
it does
It
not.
doesn't. It smells like
It does. Smell it when you go home. Is it still there?
Yeah, of course. It's
Get
there.
close to it. Give it a sniff. Whatever.
Why are we
whatever's-
over at the bookshelf in the old apartment sniffing the
No,
Superman?
we used to put that thing on the desk. Remember?
No, he's talking about.
No, you're talking about my bank.
The bank.
The bank
yeah.
smells like
Oh,
old
I
money.
thought you were
Yeah,
talking about the
that's in the other room.
Oh man, that thing
That's
smells
here. That made it
like
here.
What I imagine.
Now that I know you don't like
Obama's
it, guess
ass
what? I'm going to
smells
let
like.
hang out with you all the time.
Oh, isn't that
Kevin,
great?
go get me the bank from the
No,
prize room.
Kevin,
Bring it in.
don't. That thing traumatized
Cool, Greg.
me.
Also, I got an Alex Ross painting from there. Can you go into the prize room and get me? If you go in the prize room, you're gonna find a Superman bank made of rubber that him doing like this.
Make sure you carry it right by the head, though.
It is made.
And nothing else.
It's made of money. Be careful.
It's
However-
made of money.
Warner Brothers Studio Store. They also had exclusive Total Justice action figures. Now these, of course, were some of the first figures. These predated the Justice League ones that would eventually come to KB Toys. But they had your normal Flash, and I remember seeing these motherfuckers in the store for the first time, Andy. You know what I mean? Blew my mind. Then I was reading, of course, Wizard magazine. It might have been Toy Fair, and they talked about how that line of toys was going out of business, but the final run was going to have Huntress and Parallax. And I shit you not, left the room with it, went over. Thank you very much. A piece of history right
Hey,
here.
cool, Greg.
GameOverGreggy history.
If music's good here in the Bay Area, what is it? What does it do?
Well, slaps. Fuck. All right.
He got you.
You nailed it. They had a Parallax figure. We went and bought it right away. Did I make the associate go back to find me another one so I could have 2 mint on card? I did.
You sure did.
I sure did.
Now you've brought the bane of my existence to the table. Can you do me a favor and at least make Andy smell it?
Oh, he doesn't smell good.
Oh, fuck.
For a long time, we thought
smells
maybe
like
someone was
plastic.
stuffing that inside of themselves, but I think it's just the plastic is going bad.
Jesus.
You think the plastic's
Yeah, I think it's the
bad?
plastic's got the plastic's just a low caliber plastic. Or
He's
it's
making
like
a
rubberized.
face that like he's
he's
making the
shitting
face of
himself.
like how I smell, like how I'm
Tim, do you want to smell
feeling
it?
the
No, I'm
smell.
okay.
Make Tim smell it.
Everybody else smelled it, Tim.
Everybody smelled it, Timothy.
I mean, it doesn't
fucking shit,
doesn't
dude.
smell as bad
No,
as
dude,
you're saying.
it fucking
doesn't smell good,
sucks.
but it does smell like fucking shitty coins.
Warner Brothers Studio Store right there.
There you
Copyright 1997.
Wow.
They don't make them like this anymore, do they,
I
guys?
certainly don't.
Man.
We'll
And
move
from the
ahead.
sounds of it, there's at least $50 worth of.
There's a lot of
pennies
change in
there.
there.
So
Before we move on from this topic, I just want to give a quick shout out to Anchor Blue. It had a great run.
Oh,
That
Anchor
is-
Blue. It's kind of like Old
pants.
Navy.
Ah,
For the
okay.
kids.
I don't know
No,
what the
Anchor
fuck you're
Blue.
talking
those were
about.
all low end. You just got to buy jeans. You got to buy jeans.
Got to get them jeans.
Yeah.
They were the only place that had Beyond Baggy as an
They
option.
did. I used to wear those.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
They're great. Everyone did.
Yeah.
Never wore 'em.
You messed up.
Yeah, you weren't
Everybody
cool.
had the Old Navy shirt with the American flag.
I didn't have
I
that.
shopped at Old Navy a
Remember that?
lot when I was a fat kid.
Shopped at Walmart a lot. That's where I got my clothes. Yeah.
Mervyn's.
Yes.
Mervyn's. I was a Mervyn's guy.
Mervyn's was a lot.
Steinmart.
They had their
JCPenney's.
fun little graphic meme shirts.
Yeah.
You know?
Dillard's.
Dillard's, yeah.
That's made up.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a Dillard.
I
No, it's
hate it
real.
when my mom would
Diddums?
take me to those places.
I hate clothes shopping. In
Mom,
general.
let me go to Sam Goody. Let me fucking look at a Rage Against the Machine album in front of cool kids so they can think I'm cool.
And go to one of those like test listen areas and just
Yeah.
fucking listen to shit. And
Yeah.
one of the headphones is always
System of a
busted.
Down. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My topic.
Go.
I want to talk about unexplained shit in your life.
Okay.
Things you don't have an answer for and never will. I have two of them off the top of my head. Number one
please.
happened about 2 a.m. last night, or 2 a.m. this morning, I guess. You know how the time works. I'm in bed.
She's called your wife, and that was sex.
Genevieve St. Onge is right there. Portillo's curled up too.
That's really good.
And we're woken up to pop, pop, pop. And Jen goes, "It's a gun." And I
That was a kid yelling pop like that.
Some kid's lost out in the hallway. It all looks the same to him because he can't read. Hey, Pop! His mom left years ago to go get cigarettes from the store and hasn't come back yet.
pop, pop. It goes. I think it goes off like 10 times. This morning she tried to tell me it went off fewer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But she says gun. And I have a long enough thing of going, no way it's a gun, to going, maybe that's a gun. Is someone firing a gun in the area behind my house? You know, there's no backyards really in San Francisco, at least like San Francisco proper. So like all the houses back up and you have like the giant like area where they all meet. But now I would say maybe it was a gun, with the exception of there were flashes of light with it.
That's exactly what a gun does.
That's how guns work.
Now, but I mean, there was way more light than a gun should give off. No,
Lights give off. Guns in the dark will blind you. Like, no, I'm not kidding. Like, if you have a handgun in the dark,
yeah,
you have to,
there's
they
the
tell you to
muzzle
keep one
flares.
eye closed.
muzzle flash. Yeah. So you think it was a gun? This
either-
morning we looked out there. Nobody dead. There was no screams. There were no sirens.
No cops.
Buddy dead.
They just got away with
If
it.
you didn't get cops, it wasn't a gun.
That's what I'm
He
thinking.
would have called cops.
Because
Especially in that area.
Jen said that she heard people, our upstairs neighbor, moving around. So clearly they would have. They didn't fire the gun. I don't think.
Here's what I'll tell you what it is.
Lay it on me.
I know what it is. It's got to be this. The war. It sounds like I'm about to make a joke.
It does,
but
yeah.
I'm not. The Warriors just won the championship. A lot
Right.
of people went crazy with fireworks.
Sure.
At the place that I'm staying at, which is with Kevin's mom, they
Don't say it that way.
at night when they won, I swear there was like, pa, 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 and then a giant fucking explosion.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? It's got to be kids like, celebrating the win or whatever. Or maybe just like shooting up into the air. Or
No,
something.
you know what it is? It's the fireworks. One of my neighbor has a really good pull on fireworks, so 4th of July is pretty fucking dope.
Daly City is really big on illegal fireworks.
They're
at all
so
times.
Is it
fucking
America?
loud.
No, but like not all. I mean, yeah, okay. Most
Tim,
of
were you
America
there
is.
when the cops came and we had to like try to hide the giant box of
Yeah,
illegal
it's fucking
fireworks?
horrible. Kevin's family, of course, they have a fucking box of really illegal fireworks at all times.
Had.
They're just guns.
Like, yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
guys, check out these fireworks.
But there was no screaming,
It's a firearm.
no screams, no sirens, no nothing.
Are you sure it wasn't a backfire to
There's
a car?
no screaming.
Yes.
Just shoot him in the head.
Well, 10 times is not going to be a backfire, Nick.
Sometimes it can be like, they can backfire a
Nick,
lot.
you sound dumb.
Was there a Volkswagen trying to start up?
No, it didn't look like that.
It's pretty poppy.
I mean, I didn't get out of bed. I didn't care. Because I also don't want to get shot.
This is
What
not
if
the
it was a
direction I
gun?
thought this topic was going to go.
Well, there's other things too.
What's the other?
You want to know
best
my
thing?
other one?
Yeah, what's the
This
second
one,
thing?
Andy Cortez, clear as day to me. All right.
Lying
If
down.
I'm
Let's
lying,
hear
I'm
it.
dying.
I'm ready to go.
I'll set the stage for you. All right.
Set it up, big
It is a
brother.
Wednesday. Here we go. It is a Wednesday. All right. Now you're gonna think that these stories are my mall story. The mall just happened, right? The mall thing. The mall just
happened.
The mall topic just happened out of the blue, right?
Okay.
That wasn't planned. You're gonna think these are related due to a key person in them. It's not.
The guy for GameStop.
It's a Wednesday in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
Big old Greg Miller picks up little old Greg Miller from, I assume, high school.
Sure.
We go to the comic book shop. I get my pull list out. Dad pays for him as he does. We go home. I'm going through what I got on my pull list in the store. I get to an issue of Superman or Action Comics. Doesn't matter for this part of the story. But on the cover is Superman fighting Metallo. It is Superman, electric blue Superman, like I mentioned from the action figure. This is the tie-in I was talking about, all right? You with me? Sticking with me? If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm riveted. It's there, right?
Ready to go.
We get the truck. I'm looking through all the comics I got. Superman versus Metallic. Great. All right, great. Get home, put the books down, fuck off for a few hours. I don't know what I do. You know what I mean? But eventually I come back to read all these books. That issue is gone. Now you might just say maybe somebody borrowed it. Nobody borrows it. I'm an only child. No one borrowed this. No one disturbed my room. I asked mom, I asked dad. Nobody's been in there. Nobody's done anything. So I go back to dad's truck, look on the side of the seat, look underneath the seat. Look in the glove box. Somebody playing a prank. No sign of this book. Go back in. They had been resting on top of my desk, which was, littered a bit. Tear apart the desk. Take everything. Not there. Then I'm like, maybe it fell into the drawers. Take the drawers out of the desk. Look into the base. I'm looking in the walls of this giant metal desk that was Grandma Miller's. May she rest in peace. Looking in the drawer where all the pens are. Nothing. This comic vanished, Andy. Just gone. There's no way. Where could it have gone, Andy? And I shit you not. I know that I've done the whole setup here.
Yeah.
That this is a Greg Miller, I'm going to wheeze laugh thing. I will literally one day meet whoever God is or whatever fucking higher power there is, and this will be the number one question
big
of
question.
where did this Superman Metallo book
Before
go?
like the whole JFK thing. Or
Oh,
like
yeah, totally,
before
100%.
9/11.
No one
100%.
cares about that, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, by then it'll be answered. It doesn't matter. Where did this comic book go? I will never know unless there is a higher power. What makes it all the more upsetting, everybody, just stick with me. This is sad. Is that I go to Comic-Con and I go to Chicago Comic-Con and I look around looking for this issue because it's the one I'm now missing. Sold out everywhere. This is for some reason a very popular comic. Just can't find it.
Now, can I ask you a couple questions about this amazing mystery? Because
Please do.
this is
unexplained shit in your life.
riveting.
Something went missing.
Did you at any point
at the heart of this, something got lost.
something got lost?
I'm just saying
and
that-
it's unfortunate.
There's
unfortunate.
there's a pilot in here. There's an episode of Stranger Things. This is
gonna-
a forensic files. If we had the technology to go back and
Go
look
back.
into this,
One day,
Yeah.
Unexplained Mysteries is going to get that gritty reboot we all needed.
Did you call the comic book store?
Yeah.
And ask them if you accidentally left it there?
No, because I remember it in the truck.
That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure. Did you look at it when you're in the comic book store? You
Yes.
took out your pull list. You looked at it.
Yeah.
Is it conceivable that you put it down someplace and then your dad, who says bought all of them, didn't recognize, he didn't know the difference between 4 and 5 comic books, just bought them, and then you left, and it was sitting there, and the guy who runs the comic book shop was like,
His name was Jim.
Jim just looked at it and was like, I don't know why this is here, and filed it back into the case.
Jim would have told me if we left a comic behind.
Jim's
be
living in a
stupid, man.
fast-paced world.
He
Jim doesn't
goes
have
through.
time
He
to tell
runs.
you
He
that
runs
stuff.
up the UPCs or whatever, and he just puts them in a bag.
'Kay.
And I looked at him in the car.
Here's the other thing.
Where did this comic go?
See, maybe you're just remembering this wrong. Because what I think is, more often than not, the simplest explanation is the one that you got to go with, right? Probably fell out of your hands on the way into the car, and then you left it in the parking lot. That's a possibility.
I mean, I'm not bumbling around like the avocado guy.
This
Number two.
fucking kid that is addicted to these comic books is just going to let one slip and just be like,
Never
How
noticed.
many comic books are there?
A lot.
How many's a lot?
Oh, I don't. I mean, I'm guesstimating we had between 7 and 10.
So 10 comic books is a lot of comic books.
Yeah, it is.
right?
I know.
Now, at any
What a time to be
and
alive.
you read through all those comic books.
Oh yeah.
At any
Sounds like
point,
some good cop, bad cop.
did
We got
you
the bad cop here.
At any point, did you
That's a light
think
on me.
that maybe one of the comic books accidentally got slid into the other comic
Of course
book?
I
Look,
did.
buddy, we're just trying to find your comics.
Do you understand?
I'm on your side on this. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. We're trying to get to the bottom of this.
I understand what you're
Sir?
saying. This is literally a 20-year mystery. Do you think I
There's
didn't
no
go
way.
as far as to check every one of the bagged and board comics
And
that
you
maybe I
called-
somehow didn't this isn't like fucking Taken when the guy pulls the gun and Liam Neeson just punches him like, you've been out of the game so long you don't know the weight of a loaded gun and an unloaded gun. I know how fucking much a comic book should weigh when it's bagged and boarded. If there was 2 in there and it wasn't like an annual,
Yeah.
obviously I'm
You're
going to know what's
it.
up.
Yeah.
This can be a lot easier if you just cooperate.
Yeah, I don't know why you're
I
getting
went
hostile,
out of
sir.
my way.
I'm on your side.
Because you don't believe me.
I don't believe you, but I honestly think whenever things like this happen to me, it's because I didn't have the presence of mind and I just left it someplace. I just randomly put it down someplace and didn't think about it.
Well, that's because you were all wanting to be a drum major and fuck people. I wanted to know, how did Superman? Because again, I understand that this doesn't. I see it in Tim's eyes; they're glossed over. He's not interested in another Superman Metallo fight. But keep in mind, Tim, this was the first time Electricity Superman ever dealt with Metallo. How would this work? Metallo no longer has the upper hand of the Kryptonite, right?
Did
The
you ever
Kryptonite
read it?
heart. No, I never found it again.
So you don't know what happens?
Well, no, and then collecting's dumb, and I didn't want to do that. And all the comics are up in Dad's attic anyway.
So you did read it.
I've never read it. I don't know how
could probably
Superman.
download it.
Seems like it would have been really easy to overcome him, right? Because
Yeah.
he's a robot. You're made of electricity. He's like,
But
bleep, and it's
robots
over, right?
run off of electricity.
Yeah, but you get in there
So
like Gremlins too.
Maybe you're
Bleep,
just you
just
go
take
you
him
go
down.
in there and you're feeding his power. You know, he's got a kryptonite heart,
This is
but
Robot 101.
you might be feeding the robots, but you might make the robot physically bigger with your electricity. So that's the problem. That's the thing I'd watch out for. Water, great against robots. Is there a water
Good point.
Superman?
That's a good point. No, there hasn't. Well, I mean, I'm
Waterman.
sure it's some. Yeah,
Waterman,
Aquaman,
Water
Aquaman,
Superman.
What are some of your biggest mysteries, guys?
Biggest mysteries.
unexplained shit in your
I
life?
have one.
Go in.
I don't know
ahead.
if Tim wants to go.
No,
ahead.
fucking nail it.
All right, this is something from way back in the days of little baby Andy Cortez. My brother and I had like a puppet that looked like the Count. It may have been the Count.
Okay.
From Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Or it was just it was a Dracula of some sort. And I for the longest time, we had this fucking puppet when I was like, I don't know, 4, at the earliest of my memory, right? But until I was like fucking 18 and moved out of that house, I would see the puppet when the way my house is set up, right?
I hear, Kev, can we get sky cam?
Can we get a cam?
We're gonna need some sky cam here.
Oh, great. Okay, great. This is the way my first house ever was set up.
Yeah.
So it's like entrance, living room, like kitchen or whatever, and then there's like a long hallway.
Yeah.
And then my brother's room, my parents' room, restroom.
Okay.
Right. I would always, as I'm walking this way, do you see the arrow there, Kevin?
Yeah, we
see it, yeah.
There's an arrow
We're following
to
you.
indicate me walking.
That's
doing
movement.
it
That's
great.
movement
That's
like family
movement.
circus.
That's
Okay.
movement.
It's like we're there.
That's me from the top view, so that's my hand walking my feet.
We're part where. Oh wow. That's really good.
Around the wall, I would always see the fucking puppet pop up right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not joking. And this happened until I moved out of that house.
Wait, so you'd get to the end of the hallway and the puppet wouldn't be there, but you
like
would...
it was one of those things where I would see it at the end of the hallway and it wouldn't go away. And I would just walk down the hallway to a point where I got comfortable with it, and it would like, and as I'm walking, like it would like be like looking up.
No.
Yes, like it wasn't real, obviously, but it was just like this weird thing in my brain that I don't know. Like obviously we had this puppet as I was a kid. I don't even know if it was a puppet. It may have just been a doll or something.
Could have been your younger brother. You don't know. Could have been a member of the family. A dog. It doesn't matter.
But that image never left me until I left, and like it just became, you know how like
So did you see it every time without
every
fail?
time without fail, and it reminded me of.
Did you ever try to touch it?
No, it was just like scary.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But eventually I grew comfortable with it, and it reminded me of in The Sixth Sense when Haley Joel Osment's kind of like he just exists with these dead people
Yeah, he
now,
just knows they're
and they're
there.
just like part of his thing. Like that's what it sort of reminded me of.
Makes sense.
But yeah, and I don't know why or how or like, but it was a thing, and I was like, as I was growing up, I was like, I'm fucking crazy. Like I'm seeing a weird doll at the end of the hallway, and I don't know why.
Do you ever worry about him coming back?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, you should now, because generally when Greg says things like that, it means that
He
he's
has a
going to
plan.
call your brother and figure out the exact doll.
Did
and
you
it's
ever
gonna
talk to your
start being
family
around.
about it?
No, but there's also this weird thing that like in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, did I ever even own a doll that looked like that?
We can
Real
figure
quick.
this out.
I was hoping the story would go exactly as you did, but you would have done this. Well, this is the house I grew up in. And you would have just done that. Like, totally worthless.
Kevin brings up a very good point for me, which is the dog shit conspiracy.
Sure.
It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
well documented in the
Never
Kind of Funny
figured that out.
Doodles. So you can watch those to get that story. But yeah, never figured it out.
Yeah.
It just kept happening until I left that place.
I feel like
It hasn't happened since.
wasn't there like a short time where like whoever was doing it went crazy and there were little bags of poop everywhere?
All over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, so that's a nice little end cap to that.
So my thing is, maybe I wasn't targeted. I don't know. There
You're
was
just part of
felt
the
pretty
spiral
targeted.
break.
I think you were targeted because
you
you
were
weren't
targeted. Look how good the
living
lighting
there
was,
like
Kevin.
100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird situation. But yeah, that'll always be one of the big unsolved mysteries.
Also, who egged my house when I was in sophomore year of high school? Who was it?
who wronged you?
I had no
Who did
enemies.
you wrong?
You know who it was.
I had no enemies. Everybody loved me.
Andy,
Manager
you
of
know who it
Luby's.
was.
Manager of Luby's, because I got pissed off
Stop
because they
coming
didn't
here.
have green jello that one day.
Yeah.
What do you got for me, Nick?
I got nothing for you. Everything in my life has been explained. I don't really have I don't have any instances or comics disappearing or
Yeah.
small weird dolls that may or may not be my brother dressed up as the Count from
Okay,
fucking Sesame
okay,
Street. I don't
yeah.
really have too much of that stuff. I obsess about things. So if something is unexplained in my life, I start to lose sleep over it. I have to figure it out. There aren't a lot of things that I can just let go. I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to that
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Also, who stole my backpack?
Oh yeah, there was a theft here.
Oh, there was a theft, unfortunately.
And
Sorry
Portillo's
about that.
BarkBox toys.
Fuckers.
What did you need those for?
Dude, honestly, and this is a topic for another day, but things being stolen from you, especially like the situation that just happened, there's nothing more violating feeling than that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you just can't trust anything.
I
right
got
now.
here and Kevin was like,
Don't
"Did you get your
steal shit.
backpack?" I was like, "No, I think we weren't here, so I think they just took it back to the FedEx."
So yeah,
place or whatever.
so if we're gonna just to jump in a little bit of what happened is we all went to E3.
Yes.
We came back from E3 to relaunch all of our business, and I guess I'm the first one who got here. Got here in the morning, and as I put the key into the door, we have a giant gate and that has like little tiny holes where sometimes you push packages through, so it's not weird to see packages on the other side. I looked through and saw 2 packages down there, but you could they were all disheveled and opened. And so I opened it up and pushed the door open, and sure enough, it was a BarkBox for Porty and a backpack box from Amazon for you. But yours was cut on the bottom, nothing inside of it, and Porty's box was open, nothing inside of it. And I was like, maybe like trash cans were out front, so I'm like, maybe then the trash came down, these fell out. But I'm like, Kevin and Cool Greg wouldn't have opened Porty stuff and da da da. So then as I'm coming upstairs, it's that thing of like, well, they got on the other side, but they were pretty big boxes. Like I guess you could have shoved them through the hole, but like, why would you gut boxes in front of our business and then push them through the hole rather than just take the boxes and walk away?
I think maybe it was raccoons.
No, I don't think
They
that.
coulda got
Why would they
in.
take the backpack? If it was just
They're
food and there was a whole bunch of
Because
tea.
They can hold a bunch of
raccoons
fruits
can
in
hold
there.
more shit.
But
yeah,
to your
with backpacks.
violation point,
You're right.
to your violation
Two of them have
point,
to wear the backpack.
my
but-
thing was coming up the stairs of like, do we get robbed? Like, am I gonna come up in the windows or like there's
that
a
was
there's a window
gone.
smash? They took that.
They
and
had a week.
They took the Nathan Drake statue. Yeah, like we weren't like so it was I guess, and we had the alarm set obviously, so like that would have triggered a bit of whole rigmarole.
I don't know. The only thing I
weird.
can think of is someone got really ballsy and like scaled a fucking giant wall to get up.
No, that.
I think it's that I think of what it was is that the UPS
they
people
just-
left them at the door downstairs.
Yeah, they put it. on
Somebody
top
came
of the
by,
mailbox.
opened them,
That's
and then I just don't
really-
understand why you shoved it through.
Yeah, but
the
that's really that
USPS
doesn't make
people.
that doesn't add up. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
It was
this- so
probably
this-
the mailman.
This is an unexplained mystery.
Yeah.
So this is another unexplained shit in our lives. So there you go, you got one now.
So there it is. I mean, I do have like I've lost random cards at places. I wonder how I did that. But
Yeah.
it's not like I don't sit there and obsess. But I'm like I lost my card. Like I lost my debit card at LAX one time. I'm pretty sure
Did
the
you
woman
have a
just didn't give it
wallet?
back to us. I don't use a wallet.
That's a
Yeah, I
problem.
know. At the time, did you use a wallet?
No, I haven't used the wallet
So it's
since
probably because you weren't using a wallet.
probably 15 years.
okay.
No, it's because I gave her the card, and I was super tired, and I just wasn't paying attention. And she took it and had to take it back to the little chip machine, put it in, and then we were talking, and then I just got my stuff. I was like, "Well, that was a very nice, pleasant conversation with you, ma'am," and I walked away. And then I got home and I was like, "I don't have my debit card."
I'll never see that card again.
Yeah. The only unexplained thing about that is how furious I got at the people on the other side of the phone when I called Citibank because they kept asking me the security questions and I kept answering correctly, but they weren't looking at the right account. So I was hot. I was hot. But I
Hard to
cooled
believe.
off
Hard to
eventually.
picture you getting hot at a customer service representative.
Well, I every once in a while you gotta get the demons out, you know, and
You
who
do.
better do that
You do.
than people who are on the other side of the phone that can't punch you, or people at Starbucks. Because it's a never-ending just train of people coming in and out of Starbucks, right? They're not gonna be there probably the next time I'm there.
They're not there to argue.
And
with
truth
you.
be told, the people that I yelled at last time, none of them work there anymore.
So they don't even know that you're the guy.
They don't care.
You're the guy who swore to never
I mean,
come back.
I imagine there's a picture of me somewhere in the back that's like, "Don't fuck with this guy, or he'll go aggro on you."
No, they don't,
but
they
that's
don't
not
do
me.
that. They don't do that at all.
No, sorry. My
That's
life
fine.
is written in stone, man. Everything about it is very
I'm
clear.
more upset that Andy left when it's like time to kick to his topic.
What's his topic? I'll read it.
No, his topic is SNL.
Oh, let me try this. Ready? I'll be Andy for right now.
No, but you have to start by talking about chewing gum.
Oh, is he
chewing
doing a
gum.
bit?
Yeah, it's his new thing. He's always like, "Oh, it's gonna be like my topic's gonna be chewing gum," but and then he moves on to it.
Oh, well then he shouldn't have fucked us on this.
Well,
then.
he
Like,
shouldn't have
kinda-
left.
Did
No,
you just
it-
make that up?
No, it made sense because I did see his notes over here. They say Eddie Murphy era gum topic Trident layers question mark. You show that on the Skycam. So it's like
I didn't layers.
it's like
the
this
gum?
is
What a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, that's
like-
some weird shit, man.
What? Do you
No, it's
see
really
it?
What else
funny.
you got?
All
What
over
else
the
you
place.
Let's
got?
act like
Anything?
we don't
Yeah,
know.
let's don't let anyone
No,
know.
it's not him.
Hey,
How
cool,
you
Greg.
doing, cool Greg?
Thank you.
Oh.
Needed my deodorant.
Little backup
yeah,
deodorant?
it's too goddamn hot in here.
Is
Well,
this
no.
so-
See, this is the thing. Still, I'm not wearing deodorant. Period. I'm doing this. I'm doing the certain dry method, which is keeping me dry. But then under conditions like these, I start to stink a little.
Stinky pinky?
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to you, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate that and I respect
I
that.
understand now. Now that we've smelled Superman, I
Brother's
understand.
confused.
Are you? Have you guys ever had to been forced to borrow someone else's
bud.
deodorant?
I think that's happened here. That's happened here.
Man, there's something so like I've had to do it, and I'm not saying I'm not saying it's bad or good, but there's something so uncomfortable to me about using a roll-on that other person uses. Like every once in a while, you take the cap off, you look down, there's a hair on it, you're like,
No, well, that was my thing.
Not one of mine.
I took his deodorant, went in the bathroom. I paper toweled myself down, trying to get all the nasty out.
Sure.
Watered
I respect
it
that.
and
I
all
respect that.
Did
We've
it.
all been there.
There was a hair, and I was like, I'm getting this motherfucker out.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I respect
That was kind of you.
Andy,
Hey,
what's your topic?
Saturday Night Live is my topic. Talking about the best eras of. Why am I talking?
I don't know. Wow, you went up into a register and couldn't get out.
Why did you write gum on the page?
Well, because I'm still feeling like I don't know if I want to talk about gum yet. Like rank the best gums. I want to because I want to get into Trident Layers being like one of the best eras of gum, right? Like that era.
It changed shit.
Trident Layers was kind of like I don't know. I see Trident Layers as like Kanye West, like very controversial,
Very similar.
They're doing weird stuff, but it's changing the game.
Who is the what's the other gum called? 5.
5. So
Stride?
so 5's very interesting marketing campaign.
Yeah, 'cause their ads
boosted
are
them. Yeah, it's
crazy.
definitely boosted them.
Their
But
gum,
What
Yeah.
about
instead of
Denty Nice? Nothing's colder than ice.
yeah, you're right. But
It's a
I
good
do
topic, though.
feel like that was kind of false advertising because there's a lot of stuff colder than ice.
Is Juicy Fruit still around?
Juicy Fruit, very, very. I feel like Here's what. This is gonna be a deep cut for Greg. Greg
you.
might be the only one who understands this. I feel like I'm Mel Kiper, and you're bringing up college players, and I'm talking about how they're gonna get into the draft.
Yeah, okay.
Juicy Fruit got a lot of promise. Gonna be a high draft pick.
My source is sick.
Yeah. Juicy
Juicy
Fruit.
Fruit.
Juicy Fruit is whoa. Okay. So no. I get fuck Juicy Fruit in the
Yeah.
stick form.
Yeah.
Juicy Fruit in the new Bubblicious form.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, the form of like, the 5
little balls?
the pack of 5 little like blocks or whatever. Juicy Fruit in that form.
Whoa. Bubblicious.
You know like the Bubblicious, Bubblicious.
What's the one in the tape form?
Bubble tape.
Is that bubble tape?
Yeah, it's bubble
yeah.
tape.
Yeah. Bubblicious is like the 5 pack of like little blocks, right?
Are they blocks or balls? Am I thinking of
They're
something?
blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you?
They
come
look like
down?
Whoppers. No, not Whoppers. They look like Bonkers. Remember that candy? Bonkers?
Yeah, I remember
Gobstoppers?
Bonkers.
Okay, we're old. Bonkers was great.
Remember Gushers? Is that still a thing?
Gushers
Yes,
still
thank
fruit
God.
snacks.
Gushers
Yeah.
will never not
But
be
back
a
to my
thing.
topic of Saturday Night Live.
Sure.
Talk
Best
about-
era.
Yeah, I mean, just eras that you think were the best. So I have up here like a little website.
Oh, good.
The original cast was from 1975 to 1980, and that featured Aykroyd, Belushi, Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner. Right.
Awesome.
Before we go into this, I'd rather just call out my era so you understand how hardcore I am.
Yes.
I was the Phil Hartman, Jan Hooks, Kevin Nealon.
Oof, that's a
Okay.
good era.
That Dana Carvey.
That's
you know what I
great.
mean?
Is that Mike Myers?
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Myers was in
that
there
was a
too.
great
Dennis Miller
era.
was doing all
The
that stuff.
sophomore humor era is what they're calling it. The Hartman Carvey era.
Okay,
I'd say
okay.
that. Yeah, Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, Lovitz.
Yeah.
John
Before you even
Yeah.
read the names, what are the eras?
Yeah, give us the
Okay.
eras. This is
The original
fascinating.
cast moves on to Eddie Murphy era, which Eddie Murphy is essentially what saved Saturday Night Live. Hired Guns era, Billy Crystal, Christopher Guest. The year it almost came crashing down is what they called that era. Al Franken, John Lovitz, Anthony Michael Hall. Anthony Michael Hall is thought of as like one of the worst. Saturday
Anthony
Night Live.
Michael Hall was on Saturday Night
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, it was
like
bad.
as a regular
As
player.
a regular, yeah.
No shit. His agent fucked that up, didn't he?
Dennis Miller, Randy Quaid were also on that as well. The Hartman Carvey era, Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, Lovitz, we just mentioned that.
Jan Hooks?
The sophomore humor era. Yeah, Jane Hooks, 18, yeah.
Jan.
Oh, Jan Hooks. God damn it, I'm so annoyed because right now my phone has like text select. Okay.
It's almost like you should have an iPhone.
Shut up.
Yeah, but then you can't do that stupid thing where you go, I'm trying to fucking picture the text.
The sophomore humor era, which is
You know what I'm talking about, Tiff.
one of
It's dumb.
probably one of my favorite eras. Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, Mike Myers, Adam
Good-
Sandler,
good era.
Rob Schneider. It's just nonstop.
That's a
hits.
great one.
That's the one of
great.
my
Bringing
that
the
I think
hits.
of
Chris
my
Rock,
youth.
David Spade. My favorite era, though, is the next one, which is the Will Ferrell era, which is Will Ferrell, Jim Brewer, Anna Gasteyer, Chris Kattan, Tim Meadows, Sherry O'Terry. Remember
Sherry
that
O'Terry,
name?
Sherry
one of the
O'Terry.
cheerleaders.
Yeah,
Fuck
Colin
yeah.
Quinn when he was on the Daily Show. Or no, not
Weekend
the Daily
Update.
Show. Weekend Update.
Honestly,
right.
one of the worst weekend. I like
Yeah.
Colin Quinn a lot. One of the worst. He just was
I
not
agree.
meant to do that.
Molly Shannon, Tracy Morgan. into another really, really good era, which is the Tina Fey head writer era.
Oh, yeah. That was a good
When it
era.
was Tracy Morgan, Maya Rudolph, Seth Meyers, Chris Kattan, Amy Poehler. Fallon was featured prominently there. After that is the digital shorts era.
Which is now, right?
No, it ended around 2012.
This is the Andy Samberg era?
Yeah,
The
Fred
Lonely Island
Armisen,
Boys.
Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig, Amy
Yeah.
Poehler, Seth Meyers, Andy Samberg, Sudeikis.
It's a good era. That's a good era.
I feel like Kenan Thompson's been on the show now
Forever.
So here's the
74
thing.
years.
I feel like he's only when I think about it,
the
I'm like,
start.
oh, Kenan Thompson, he just got his start on Saturday Night Live. Like he's from Good Burger. Like he's been on there for 3 years maybe, but no, it's been like 12 years now.
Yeah, he's
something
coming up on
that.
like one of the longest running cast members.
Right. Yeah.
insane.
That is also a fucking phenomenal era. And then they
No,
call
that
it-
era sucked.
What really?
That's the
The
here's
digital shorts era?
yeah. I mean, do you want to go through all the eras and we'll start talking about them?
Sure.
I'll do it how
Okay.
you want to play, but I gotta throw that out
They're
there right
calling
there.
this the Armisen Hader Sudeikis era, which is like very long-winded, and it's only 2 years long. They're kind of breaking it up, I guess, because they're looking at this post Andy Samberg, Fred Armisen, Bill Hader, Sudeikis, Taron Killam. This is where it starts getting pretty weak, in my opinion. Jay Farrow was on there doing his impressions, and
He was really
He was
good. Eddie
killing
Murphy.
it for a while there
Yeah,
without
yeah.
Jay-Z, though.
the final era is the Kate McKinnon era.
The most recent.
That's the
Yeah,
most
that's
recent.
McKinnon, Kenan Thompson, Cecily Strong, Leslie Jones, Kyle Mooney, Bobby Moynihan, etc.
etc. etc.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you. There's many things to talk about. I was a huge Saturday Night Live fan. One of the main reasons is of why this is and why I feel like I know so much about older seasons is that Comedy Central used to have them and they would show like 7 or 8 a day.
Yeah.
And it would be that thing of being at Grandma Miller's or it's just summer vacation. I'm there chilling out. I'm at my house or whatever. You just have it on and it would just be on nonstop. So that's where I feel like I know so much of the Phil Hartman era, the John Lovitz era, all these different things. And it might be rose-tinted glasses, but
Goggles.
I feel like. Sorry, my apologies. It's a very regional term. I feel like maybe I wasn't watching as hard as I am, or with a critical enough eye. I feel like those guys were so committed to the show and acting and doing it and not using it necessarily as a stepping stone and not thinking about what came next.
Wait,
that
which era is this?
the Hartman, the Hartman era, even Sandler's era, even
Hartman
like
Carver.
I'm
Okay,
ta-
okay.
I'm-
era.
and I this is just where I'm most versed. You know, the Adam
Yeah.
Sandler, this whole thing. But like the era where I said no, they suck. Jason Sudeikis, I love. Everyone's name you read there, I love. And most of the actors on there now, I think, are great actors or great at the performances. The problem that I can't fucking stand is when I used to watch the reruns on Comedy Central, it would be I'm talking to you, and you're the guest for the week, and you, Tim, as the guest, would look off, and you'd clearly be reading off cue cards.
Yeah.
But the person talking to you, whose job it is to be on fucking Saturday Night Live, knew their goddamn lines. And now, whenever I watch Saturday Night Live, I can't get over the fact that everyone is reading off cue cards. No one has their shit memorized, and it's for me, it's such an immersion breaking thing of watching two people like me and Tim are supposed to be talking to each other, but we're both off a quarter turn, and you know it so they can read off something, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like it breaks the whole thing for me.
Yeah, see, I don't think I've ever really sat and watched like with the intent of, hey, I'm going to watch Saturday Night Live tonight. My touchstone for Saturday Night Live has always been the compilations.
Yep.
So you see the best of.
best of the best.
And so for the longest time, I'm like, this is the funniest fucking show you've ever seen in your life,
When
right?
those were on-
Because
when
it's
they were on
every.
E?
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know where
They
it
would
was.
always show them on E a lot.
I
That's when
remember-
everything went to hell. When those guys got when those guys got the rights. That was the big thing. Is Comedy Central lost the rights and it went to E and /MTV VH1. That those people Viacom, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
I don't remember. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I know they moved over to one of those cable networks, and then they did the thing where they were peppering them out. There's gonna be like one a day, one a night, or whatever, and they started doing compilations. And so it just eroded what it was. Where I felt invested in Saturday Night Live because I watched so much of it, and then suddenly I wasn't watching any of it.
Just like you know all the Cosby Show episodes.
It's very true. God, that last week's episode was really good.
No, so I mean, for the longest time, I thought that was sort of Saturday Night Live when you'd watch the best of Eddie Murphy and you'd see just that snippet of Gumby, damn it, or the Mr. Rogers neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you'd see those and you'd be like, oh my god, that's hilarious, but you'd only see the 30 seconds of it. Like I remember you'd watch like the best Chevy Chase and he'd have like I'm not a shark, ma'am. I'm just a dolphin. Oh, okay. And she'd open the door and get eaten.
Land shark.
But then you go back and watch those skits, and you're like, why are these so fucking long?
Oh, old Saturday Night Live
so
stuff.
long.
Dan Aykroyd and like John Belushi and all that shit. Like there's comedic moments in there that are great.
Yeah,
but it
they're
literally was
just-
like, here's a 15-minute bit of them talking. It was
Or
just, like,
when Aykroyd would do the cooking one, where I've cut the chickens out of my thing, like that. Fucking that shit went on forever.
Yeah.
So I love that
Belushi
era.
as the ninja or whatever, who would stab himself and like threaten to kill himself, and they'd like talk him down.
or Belushi as a buzz. Remember that?
Yeah.
I love those things. I think there's such a romanticized. That's such a romantic time though for me to look back and like there's a great documentary and I can't remember. I've recommended it before to you guys. I can't remember what it is, but it's an actual documentary about National Lampoons.
Oh, yeah.
The title is like Fat, Sick, Dead, Nearly Whatever. But it talks about how Lampoons was supposed to be that show. So if you're not familiar, you're familiar with Lampoons, right?
Yeah. I started watching
magazine.
this. I can't remember if I finished it.
So was a magazine, very popular, did crazy shit. And NBC, I think, called them as NBC, whoever, what was NBC Saturday Night Live, right?
Saturday Night
Said,
Live.
hey, we want to make this into a show. And they were like, cool, but we don't really want to do that. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. And that ended up being Lauren Michael came in and ended up making that Saturday Night Live and stole all these characters from the Lampoon's radio show. So he stole Belushi, Chevy Chase, all these people, and they went over.
So he stole the performers.
Basically stole the performers,
Yeah.
sorry. But in doing so, de facto stole the show. But it's so cool to watch all those guys. Yeah, this is it. Drunk, stoned, brilliant, dead.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sick, Fat, and Nearly Dead.
No, that's I totally mixed those two up. But you're right. Those, but it's such a cool time because nothing like that had ever
Thanks, Kevin.
been like that. Like no one had ever like had that concept of doing live comedy like that.
Sure.
And those guys were truly fucking talented, twisted individuals.
Sure.
Like you look back at early Chevy Chase and early Belushi, and you're like, those dudes were like cutting edge stuff.
Even Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, genius. Eddie Murphy at the time. You talk about the Eddie Murphy era and how it saved it. Like going back and looking at that guy and just seeing him, that's a star. You're like, wow, this guy has something special. And I think SNL is obviously still good at finding those people. But like to me, so I love that original era. I think to me the Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, the Wayne's World era is probably the one that sticks out most because I loved everything that spun out of that. You know, like I loved the Phil Hartman era because I loved Phil Hartman, not from Saturday Night Live, but I love that he was so popular. He got on news radio, and I loved the news radio.
Yeah, news radio was great.
I loved the Wayne's World movies. I stomached Night
Adam
at the Roxbury,
Sandler.
which I guess was later. That was the Will Ferrell. But the Adam Sandler era where everything he did came out of that. And you say they were real performers. All of them did use it as a stepping stone, but I think you're right. I think you saw that.
I think
like-
that was the point. Is that, I'm again. This could totally be that I should, if I went back and watched this now again with the same mindset that I would see David Spade and everybody else reading off cue cards.
Sure, probably.
But I just feel like they were more in it. Whereas now I think it is the fact that people are doing so many movies. I remember being a big deal that you were leaving SNL or you were doing a movie,
Right.
and it was like you felt like these people were coming up and doing something. Whereas now everybody on SNL does a million movies.
Well, you
let
also-
alone like Ghostbusters, like the entire SNL cast just wanted to make Ghostbusters and came back.
That's true. But you also, I think now is probably the best time for SNL.
No fucking way.
I do, dude. Last year,
Stupid.
all the shit they did last year with the elections was that is one of the only times in a year straight that I remember almost every week coming in and having someone be like, you got to watch this clip from Saturday Night Live. You got to watch.
That's a good point.
You got to watch Alec Baldwin and
Melissa McCarthy.
no, the other one.
Well, she did Spicer.
Kate
I guess that's
McKinnon.
more
You got to
recent.
watch Alec Baldwin and Kate McKinnon do Trump versus Hillary Clinton, and that shit was so fucking funny and super important too because and they're still going after him. You know, it's a brand new era as far as SNL and what they can do to actually change the opinion of mainstream population.
Well, I mean, that's why SNL. I think they were always the best at that. That was. I mean, when I think of like great SNL bits, it usually comes back to an election coverage. You know what
I think of
mean?
Will Ferrell as George Bush.
See, and I think of Phil Hartman as Bill Clinton.
Yeah, was it Clinton?
It was Bill
That's
Clinton.
right.
Remember, there was that awesome one. It was so early on that I don't. So many people probably missed it or aren't in the demographic. But right at this is like a deep cut on President Clinton or whatever. But when he was jogging all the time, but he was still fat, and people were like, "How is this possible?" And there was this great like campaign stop thing where he jogged on in and he came into a McDonald's.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
was
yeah.
explaining his whole thing. He's like, "Well, this egg McMuffin." He's like walking around taking people's food and eating it while explaining his tax plan while he's on a jog away from Hillary. It was great.
But they would do that shit. Remember the original person who did that, I think was Chevy Chase when he was making fun
Oh, sure.
of Carter or Ford. Was
Yeah,
it Ford?
Ford.
Or Carter?
I thought it was
Ford because Ford I guess I know that I wasn't even alive when Ford was president, but Ford I guess would trip every once in a
Yeah.
while, and so that was the whole point.
Which became Chevy Chase's thing, and then
Yeah.
he hurt himself a bunch of times.
Yeah.
and
Classic.
It's just ridiculous.
Classic Chevy Chase.
I know exactly what you're gonna say though.
Well, no, I mean, for me, Saturday Night Live is nothing but musical performances and just clips that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, I've never watched a full episode, I don't think, ever. That might not be true. I think I watched the 40th anniversary
Okay.
2 years ago.
Everyone
or
came
what
back
it
to
was.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. But besides that,
Larry
I've never
David in the
watched
crowd.
it. I think that I'm just a little too young and there was too much other stuff going on that I just never really globbed onto it. Obviously, I love Wayne's World and I love the things that came out of it, but I never really understood that.
See, I think this is another thing
something
too. Your fractured view of it, right? Because you grew up with so much more to do, is one of the things I feel like why I feel like the quality is down from the performances and the way that they don't need SNL to be a star anymore, right? As soon as they're on SNL, they start getting more Twitter followers. They can make their jokes there. They can promote what they're going to do. They're working on this movie. They're doing stand-up. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like SNL, from what I thought of it back in the day, was like, we're in fucking rehearsals all the time and we want to come out. Like, Jan Hooks wasn't off doing a million fucking things. She was there to fucking crush it and, move on.
Yeah, and especially obviously now with YouTube and all that stuff, it's interesting to see that I guess it was an era ago when a lot of the YouTubers that were more kind of actual improv comedy people making the transition over to be writers. So we saw Sarah Schneider, who was one of the head women from College Humor, make the jump over. She's still there as a writer. And then Noelle Wells, who was the lead actress in Master of None season 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was a cast member for a while, and then that didn't work out. Then there's the Nice Neighbor guys.
Kyle Mooney. Is that Kyle Mooney?
Yeah.
He does well on that show now. And he's also
really?
on Community, I want to say. What else was he on?
He's off, right?
Oh.
I think he did some bits on another
But anyway,
show, but it doesn't
so
matter. Parks and
that
Rec, maybe.
stuff all happened. But it's like, yeah, for me, I grew up with all that on Nickelodeon, which was
Hell yeah, you
the
did.
kids' SNL, and I have very fond memories of that. And Keenan, obviously.
I guess I had both. Yeah, I grew
Yeah,
up
I had
with all
both.
that as
Yeah,
well.
it's interesting. I don't know, because for me, it went from all that, and then it went pretty much straight to Mad TV. Because it was just like Mad TV felt
Really?
like Mad TV,
The Renegade
to be
show.
like an
Yeah.
8-year-old. It was just like, oh, this is all that, but like the
Sure.
Spencer's Gifts version.
Was
you know?
was In
Lowered
Living Color way before your time?
Way before.
No, so the reason why I started watching Living Color quite a bit because my brother was really into it, and that's when like my brother's 5 years older than me, so that's watching Jim Carrey as Fireman Bill and
Marshal Bill.
the Wayans brothers. Holy fuck! Like the Wayans brothers.
Hated it.
Yeah, dude. Like they were
Two
so
snaps and
incredible,
something,
man.
So
So
Scary
incredible.
Movie was my first touchdown to them.
See, I
think
mean,
it's because I don't have an older brother.
See, that was
Yeah.
my thing. Without having an older sibling, I remember In Living Color I was too
Fire
young
Marshal
for it, where it was like, it was intimidating. You know what I mean? They were being way more, not crass, but adult.
It was
than
edgier.
SNL was. You know what I mean?
And it was
SNL was
more
always a
now.
big deal. We have a sleepover. We went camping all the time, right? In the RV and stuff. And like I'd bring friends and like to stay up to watch SNL, right? It felt like you achieved a goal of hitting
Yeah.
10:30.
I mean, that's
Stewart
funny 'cause
Central
we would
Time.
do that. Like Kevin and I would watch Mad TV on one weekends and watch Stewart and all that stuff. And that was definitely a thing. We're not supposed to be up this late. but
After
fuck
Are
it.
You Afraid of the Dark?
Hell yeah, man. And we just did it. But for me, yeah, the easy answer is the Lonely Island.
Yeah, you
stuff.
love that. I
love Lonely Island, and like I again didn't care that it came from SNL, and that's not why I watched it
Yeah.
or how I watched it.
Were you at IGN when they were doing like Dick in a Box and I'm on a boat and all that stuff?
No, it must have been after that.
Because I think because I think those were in the old Brisbane office.
I started at IGN in 2010, so
Matt might have
like
been.
I'm on a
before.
boat came out before that.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, and that was another thing with when I'm talking about like not liking the newest class is that I thought those digital shorts outshined everything on SNL because they were produced and people put in the time and effort to make them awesome. Whereas these sketches are happening, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you?
Yeah, I feel like
What are you doing?
I feel like that was very interesting and also a fascinating era because they realized someone around there was like, we need to sort of shift tactics a little bit to things that can be a lot more shareable online. And those digital shorts were genius. Like seeing those, it's so fucking cool that Lorne Michael actually like saw those and was like, this is it. This is the
That was
future.
one with Natalie Portman, where the
that was
black
the
and white
first one,
right? Yeah, that was the first one.
What was
yeah.
it called? The Chronic. What
fuck you
Calls of
too.
Narnia?
We got the Chronic. What?
The Chronicles of Narnia one was the first one that really blew it up, and then it was
Chris
the,
Parnell.
Yeah, and then it was the Natalie Portman diss track thing.
Yeah.
dude. But yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, that's what Saturday Night Live. That's what every late night show is now, right? Like if you're being 100% honest, like I don't know how many
shareable.
people I don't know a ton of people that watch the shows while they're happening. So but I do know people that will share them the next day when they're on YouTube. So
100%.
and that's cool. Did you ever, when you were growing up, did you ever think, hey, I want to be on SNL or Mad TV or any of those shows?
All that, absolutely, yeah. They did. All that had a casting thing, and I was fucking stoked about it. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. I want to be.
you
on
try
all
out?
that? No, I was super little.
Okay.
like I had no concept of what
like
any of this meant.
25-year-olds and then Tim, he's like 6, is like, I'm on this shit.
Yeah,
I got this, dog.
Yeah, no, but I was like, I think I must have been like 7 or 8, and I was like, that one day I want to be like Josh on all that.
I had a couple friends that after Irvine moved to LA and tried to be groundlings. And that was
nice.
it was always fascinating to me. For whatever reason, I just looked at that life and I was like,
Groundlings?
a groundling is
improv
Groundling, Upright Citizens Brigade, and Second City are the three improv, the
I
three
only
big
know
improv.
UCB.
Yeah, UCB groundlings are. I don't know if they're bigger or not now, but when I was growing up, everyone would talk about the groundlings because I think that's where a lot of the current cast members came from.
Yeah, Polar
Second
did
City,
something
That's
else.
where
She
like
was
Will Ferrell
yeah.
and all them.
Polar, I
found
think,
their
was
way.
She
UCB.
was Upright Citizen Brigade. I
Yeah.
thought she had Groundling connection too.
No,
but yeah, Second City was like is the Chicago's company or
Yeah.
whatever, and that was like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
But I just remember thinking, like, for whatever reason, I remember looking at that, and my friends would tell me how freaking hard it was to like advance through the ranks because you have to like
Sure.
pay for classes, and then you have to audition for the shows and keep going, and then eventually you get to like the night shows. And I was like, that just sounds like so much fucking work.
I had a friend. He's still my friend. I had a friend from Mizzou though that after graduation ended up he decided he wanted to do Second City and went and did Second City, and he did Second City for a long time.
Yeah.
And did a whole bunch of different shows and different stuff, but like eventually just went to LA and is working down there now trying to make it happen.
I think, yeah, I mean, but that's, I have so much, like, that's so inspiring to me. Even
100%.
people that go and do it and just try it and don't, like, it didn't work out for
they
them.
didn't get to SNL.
Yeah, they didn't get the tryout,
They're
they
still
didn't get the
doing comedy.
audition.
They're still
Is-
traveling around doing shows.
You know,
It's
and last time I was down in LA, I went and saw Tournament of Nerds, I think is what it's called, which is an Upright Citizens Brigade show. Max Landis was one of the judges on it. And I just looked at these guys and I'm like, you guys are fucking putting the work in, man. These guys are so fucking funny, and honing that particular craft is hard. Because, I mean, now that I've done a little bit, just a little taste of stand-up, I can't even fucking imagine what it might be. Like, you can rehearse a routine for a year and then go up and do it, and people are like, that's funny, and you have a lot of time. But improv is like, it's improv.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really go
No
back
net.
to that bit that worked last week. It's kind of it's not exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So kudos to those guys.
Remember that Office where Michael does improv? He whispers in that person's ear. What did they stop the scene? Like, what did he say? He said he's got a gun.
Yeah, that's a good episode. I didn't talk about my favorite era.
What's your favorite
Tell me,
era?
maybe.
I'd say my favorite era would be it's less of the era, more of the characters for me. So the two, like, my favorite two cast members ever
Mango.
are Mango. Wow.
Which one's
That's a deep cut.
Chris Kattan.
Oh, Chris Kattan. Chris Kattan always seemed to be like the kind of guy. He's like the Rob
He was
Schneider,
the
right?
sidekick. He
Where
was
you
the
were just
David
like,
Spade to everybody.
oh man, Chris Kattan.
Yeah.
You're holding up the whole show is just on his shoulders. You know what I mean?
I'd say, like, so for me, I would watch skits and they were funny or whatever, but when Chris Farley or Will Ferrell were on a skit, like, they made the skit funny.
Mm-hmm.
They could have replaced them with somebody else and it would not have been anywhere close as good.
No, yeah.
They're just so talented. And so, like, Will Ferrell, I think the Will Ferrell era is probably my favorite era, with Ferrell and Kattan. And,
Interesting.
And then after that, I'd probably go Farley with Adam Sandler, Mike Myers.
such-
Schmidt's
good.
gay.
Was Austin Powers from SNL?
No,
No,
that
it's
was
just a
after
character
Mike
he did
Myers
after,
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Toonces the driving cat.
Toonces the cat
yeah.
was hilarious.
He drives around all over the town. He's Toonces the driving
Wasn't there
cat.
Laser Cats too?
That was Andy Samberg. Yeah, that thing. Toonces was just an old like bit on green or not even green
Yeah.
screen probably, but
I just
just
see
a
his
stupid
hands.
cat. They're like, man, this cat drives really well for being a cat. I know, and then eventually just drives off the same
Every
cliff.
time. God damn, that
Cat.
shit was funny.
Do you have anything with SNL?
No, I mean, I always caught the like Comedy Central stuff, but it was always like Comedy Central. I feel like did a really good job of mixing all a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really enjoyed all of what I saw. I don't have a favorite. I mean, Chris Farley, I think, is the easiest one to be like. When he was doing it, shit was amazing.
Yeah.
But
He just had it.
Whenever
man.
whenever these things get ranked on fucking like BuzzFeed or whatever, it's always like Will Ferrell and Chris Farley, and it's hard to argue with that shit.
Have you
I think
s-
Adam Sandler is up there as well.
Have you seen
Aquaman.
Will Ferrell's audition for Saturday Night
Yeah,
Live?
that's so good.
Have you guys seen this? I'm not even going to try to fucking do it. Go,
Yeah.
I'll show you guys afterward. It is the funniest fucking thing you've ever seen. And it's so perfect for him and as an audition, because I guess you have to do 2 to 3 different bits, like characters. And he's so fucking good.
One of them, he plays a boss who says, "Can you hold all my calls? Thank you." And so the secretary holds his calls, and then he proceeds to play with a yarn as if he's a cat.
Don't spoil it. we'll show you guys afterwards.
I'll show you all
Honestly,
after.
everyone out there watching, you've got throw this fucking show away.
No!
And Google that right now. It's hilarious. Put that up on YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Nicholas,
Yes, sir.
what's your topic?
Speaking of great performers who inspire us all, I was on the car ride this morning thinking, you know what I should listen to right now? Getting Jiggy with It.
Oh, yeah,
And then I thought, and then I started singing Getting Jiggy with It. And I went, Wild Wild West. You got to the Wild Wild West. And I was like, that's a different song.
you did. Featuring Cisco.
Featuring Cisco, but both great songs. And then I got to thinking to myself, Will Smith has killed it ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
I fucking love Will Smith. He might be in his personal life. Say what you will about that. You know, it might have some weird stuff he's gone on with the whole religion thing. And his kid's crazy. But Will Smith is an inspiration. So I just want to talk about Will Smith for the next 25
Honestly,
minutes to 30 minutes.
shout out to Will Smith. When we're talking about just performers of any era, I gotta give him the props because he is the triple threat. I feel like you can. He's a triple threat of triple threats. He can just freaking do anything.
Right.
Like I feel like you can throw something at him. He's just like, all right, I'm better than you at it. And I appreciate more than anything about Will Smith the fact that he put out an album in 2006.
Did he
called
really?
Lost and Found. And if you haven't listened to this album, I highly
Is that Welcome to
recommend
Miami?
it. No, that was Millennium.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that was.
Don't
Yeah.
look at me like I'm crazy. I don't know.
I mean,
don't
come
have a
on, man.
catalog
That
of
was way
the Will
long
Smiths.
ago.
But 2006, he came back and he released a rap album, and it was still Will Smith. He still wasn't cursing and
No
all
cursing.
that.
He doesn't
But
have-
He did,
he doesn't
he
have
did an
words.
Eminem diss track on it, and it was
Oh.
interesting.
What
It
did
was
he
very
say?
You're a
interesting.
poo-poo head.
Yeah.
You really stink.
Exactly. You should
You're
listen
super
to it,
white
though.
like vanilla ice cream.
But what I give a shout out to him
Damn.
for is I
Thanks,
think that it came at a very important time for a lot of people to get transitioned into underground hip hop. It was the perfect album. It reminds me of Mike Shinoda in a lot of ways, where it's just like you look back at it and it's like, this is not good. But there's something about it that's just inviting. And you're just
endearing.
like, all right, it's an easy
It's catchy. It's poppy.
He's just
Yeah,
it's
it's how you wanna
unthreatening.
like.
It's
entrance
unthreatening.
into
Bubblegum rap.
A
Every
lot
time
more
you
stuff
say
there.
Mike Shinoda, I think of My Sharona. And I'm like, why does Tim keep bringing that song up?
No. But
Reality
the
Bites.
whole the whole album is
Yeah.
super
Great
damn
movie.
great. And you should listen to it and tweet at me about your experience. Give me a live tweet.
I'm surprised that he, I don't want to say faded away, but faded the way he faded.
No, he fell off the map hard.
What happened? You're the movie guy.
I don't think he has. I think he's just done. He's done movies. He's done consistent movies for the last since the 90s.
Tell the truth.
Like the last, yeah, he
Oh,
did.
right, yeah.
He did that one, which was supposed to be big.
But I mean,
it
he
kind
used to
of-
be the biggest fucking thing.
Concussion, that
What do they
was
call
He
the
was the
July
Rock.
4th weekend was Will Smith weekend or some shit like call it like
Well,
that?
you know,
was the
because it was the day we
blockbuster.
celebrate our Independence Day.
Right.
It's July 4th.
He was the fucking summer.
He was
blockbuster.
starting with Bad Boys and going on to Independence
Boys
Day, things
2.
like that. Bad Boys 2. They're doing Bad Boys 3.
I heard.
And I
We'll
believe
see.
that's going to put him back in, but I still think he is a AAA celebrity. I still think he is a
absolutely
movie star.
is. He's one of those few people that can just go away and he's still not gone.
Because let's not forget, he was in Suicide Squad. And Suicide Squad, although not a great movie, was still a huge movie, and he was the main draw for that film. At least one of the main draws.
Hitch.
There was Hitch, which was whatever. There was
I enjoyed
that movie
Hitch.
Focus that came out with Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
I'll tell you why you're
thinking.
thinking of that song though.
Why?
I played it at the sex dungeon.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
It was
Here's my
wild.
thing about it. Whereas I if you would have asked me, is Will Smith still a movie star and all this stuff, I would have been like, yeah, of course. And then maybe we're like, oh, is he past his prime? I'm like, I guess he's not making the things. I found this interesting back in the day. We read this on the old morning show
Okay.
when we talked about why Will Smith passed on Independence Day for Suicide Squad. Right? He said I had I had the two screenplays in front of me for the Independence Day 2 and for Suicide Squad. I had to choose between the two of those. Even the choice of going Suicide Squad, nothing about the quality of the movie, but the choice of trying to go forward versus clinging and clawing backwards. I do want to aggressively go forward and do new things and create and hopefully be able to stumble upon a new heyday. Like, that's a depressing quote. Like, even he thinks, I'm like, past my prime, not the heyday.
I read that totally different. I read it as I've accomplished everything. I want to find a new thing to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Instead,
go-
he's going to do Bad Boys 3.
Let me go back to the year 2001.
Here we go.
Right. He comes out with Ali,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar winner, right? Or Oscar nominated.
No, I don't think he won for that.
But he was
I
nominated, I,
don't
believe.
know if
He won a
was
bunch of
nominated for
MTV
that
Movie
either.
Awards for different movies. Do you
True.
think
I
of
think he
those?
did.
True. A couple Kids' Choice Awards for sure.
Men in Black 2. Right.
Not good.
Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, great.
So we're in 2003 now, all of us.
Side note, wait, stop. Bad Boys 1 or Bad Boys 2? Go.
I mean, I feel like two.
Give it.
2.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah.
The answer's 2.
iRobot 2004.
Not bad. Not
No,
bad.
not
but here's
bad.
where he starts
Huge
slipping.
movie, though.
Here's where he starts slipping.
No. He's
Isaac
not slipping.
Asimov.
No, this is the rise.
Because what?
This is the
Legend is
rise.
coming up too.
This is the rise. So Hitch pops up.
That's not a great
popular. It
movie.
was a popular movie.
It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It's not a great movie.
Hitch is iconic. Whether or not it's
Iconic.
good. Yes. Hitch is iconic.
Yeah.
Hitch is a modern
Is
classic.
Hitch iconic?
Hitch is up there. And
Hitch,
again, I don't
Hitch
think
is
it's a perfect
actually
movie.
very
Put it
well.
on the poll.
like,
Is
I'm putting it right
is
now.
Hitch
No,
iconic?
the thing about Hitch is that I feel like it's one of those movies that is referenced constantly.
Yeah.
By everyone. It's quoted constantly.
Hitch, I think
Hitch
a lot
made
of
it.
people remember Hitch way more fondly than they ought to, because Hitch wasn't that good of a movie, but I remember it being a thing.
Yeah.
It was Eva Mendes when Eva Mendes was like the it thing. Will Smith, they were supposed to have
Kevin
really
James?
good chemistry. Kevin James was in it. Kevin
was?
James coming up, King of Queens.
Yeah.
Kevin James, right before the breakout film, Paul Blart
Paul
Mall
Blart
Cop.
Mall Cop, yeah.
Thank you.
It's a little
That's
before
11.
that, but yeah.
Whatever. Hitch was, but I wanted to like Hitch so badly. I thought it was a great idea, but I couldn't get over the fact that they made his character a bumbling idiot all of a sudden. That was my only. I was like, this movie's biggest sin is you take the suavest motherfucker and make him a hilarious slapstick comedy guy
But you
hitting
moved.
her in the face.
You missed the point. Is that he was the suave Will Smith you knew?
Yeah.
Until he found love in
But
Eva
the point
Mendes.
should have been that he was a fake person until he found love, and then he became a real person. Had nothing to do with him not being able to ride a fucking jet ski in the Hudson.
He just kicked her. It's no big deal. It
He
happens.
kicked her in the face, dog.
The
and then he
next
got the
two
weird-
movies,
Yes, give it to me.
arguably two of the best sequential movies in his career.
Go.
The Pursuit of Happiness,
Really good movie.
Absolutely.
Oscar-winning film.
He had a kid in that one.
Yeah,
it was his.
I never
fucking
watched it. I don't know.
gut-wrenchingly sad.
Oh my
You've
god!
never watched that?
No, no.
Johnny in San
Oh,
Francisco.
I mean, that's
Fucking good,
That's
man.
the easy answer of like that. When we talk about Will Smith, real quality
That's
acting,
the best fucking
it's
movie.
that.
Yeah. After that, I think the last above-average movie he did was I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
I like that
Don't
movie.
even talk shit. Are you gonna talk shit?
I'm gonna say that it was.
When you say it with that smile, it means yes.
I mean, no. The problem with I Am Legend.
Is the end.
Yeah, of course. In the director's cut or whatever, the
Right.
alternate
It's
ending
better.
is way better, and that would have solved a lot of
fix it
problems.
all.
But it was that I thought it was a letdown in the way that we were all so stoked for I Am Legend.
I
But it
loved
gave
it.
you
Preview
Batman
is
v
so
Superman.
It did, and Teen Titans. We've talked about this recently. When did we talk about this? I don't know. One of the many shows.
after
oh,
that-
the thank you
Hold on.
videos.
There was
How
a
did it do that?
superhero movie he did. I can't remember
After
the
this,
Oh, yes.
after
Hancock.
After I Am Legend is Hancock.
An
I've never
underrated
seen it.
movie. Underrated
Never seen
movie.
I didn't really
Great
like it.
You're
concept.
stupid.
I did not like it.
It just had a really weird ending, kind of twist at the end. You were like, huh, okay.
Very weird. Anyway,
I forgot people were watching this live.
Yeah.
So when I put out the poll and Trevor Starkey responds, "No, Tim is crazy," I'm like, "How did he know this was a Tim question?" What up, Patreon?
7 pounds.
Which one was 7 pounds?
That was where he killed a bunch of people,
And
then
he lived their lives or dreams. Or
I don't remember that
It was
one.
like, I mean, it wasn't actually, but like, you know, he did Pursuit of Happiness, and it's like, all right, cool, let's make real movies.
Yeah.
It was something. Wait, you know what it was? Because it was that he found 7 people to give organs to.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah.
7 pounds.
Yeah, but why? I don't. What do you remember the synopsis of 7 pounds?
Yeah, he. I believe there was a drunk driving incident where he kills. Like he hits a bus, I think, kills a bunch of people.
Okay.
And now he wants to make up for it by giving them each like something like saving 7 other people.
Gotcha.
So
I
he
remember. I just
donates,
remember
like,
how he
his
killed
organs.
himself was with that fucking octopus.
Eel?
Yeah, for his heart.
Electric
That was the
Eel or
last
something?
pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men in Black 3.
Great movie.
Never saw it.
It was actually really good.
Got
I
so
hear-
burned
I
on Men in
hear
Black
it's-
2. I was like, I can't
I
do
hear
it.
it's very underrated.
It's very underrated, and it's Josh Brolin who fucking brings it every movie. Brought it. He fucking brought it. Tommy Lee Jones may have been asleep for most of his scenes in this movie. And if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's one point where he's at a diner eating, and someone's like, you can just hear the AD be like, "Can somebody wake up Tommy Lee?"
I'm still stoked for. I still consider myself a Men in
TLJ.
Black fan, even though I only saw Men in. I guess I saw Men in Black 1, blocked out Men in Black 2.
You'd
But
like-
What about Men in
You'd like
Black,
the
the
third one.
animated series?
no, I didn't get that.
Really?
I played the Men in Black PC game, one of my many PC
Yeah,
gaming
series
credits. But I'm more excited. They need to get that 22 Jump Street Men in Black crossover up.
Can they just make
that
it
canceled
happen?
already.
No, it'll come back. Don't worry.
Okay.
I hope it does.
After Earth.
Which I liked.
Gary Whitta's flick.
Yes, I actually really liked After Earth. I was like, this is cool. It's like watching a video game. I thought that was cool.
enjoy it.
Really?
didn't
I liked
like
it.
it.
It was my first exposure to Jaden Smith, and I was like, this kid's going to be a totally well-adjusted superstar
One
when he
day,
shows up.
this kid is going to dress up like a Batman, but
Have
in
you
a
s-
white costume.
Have you seen that? You saw this. I showed you
You
guys
showed it to me,
earlier.
yeah.
God bless that kid.
And then Anchorman 2 came out, which he played a small bit, but he was a
Which,
cameo or whatever.
Honestly, one of the few good things about that movie.
That movie was abysmal.
Focus.
Robbie one.
Wanted to like it.
Now, this is one of the ones somebody was telling me that this
There's
is
a lot of movies we want to
This
like.
is one of those movies that got shot. And correct me if you know the inside story of this. This is one of those movies that got shot. It was kind of just put on the back burner forever, and then Margot Robbie hit with Wolf of Wall Street, and somebody was like, "Holy shit, we got to fucking get this movie out."
From what I understand, Will Smith kind of discovered Margot Robbie.
Okay.
and has helped her in her career, but I'm not sure how far
Okay, I
how far
apologize.
deep that goes down because well, Tim just gave me the eyebrow for those of you listening at home. I don't know what the connection is between those two, but I know that she said she credited some of her success to Will Smith and like how he basically shepherded her through those first few movies.
Big ups to Bagger Vance.
The
Legend
Legend
of-
of
And the legend of
The
him.
legend of him.
And his legend, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Pretty good. Pretty good. One of those movies that like you watch while it's on the TV.
You have to
Matt
watch.
Damon?
You fold
break room
clothes
at your community college.
Got it.
Was that
Yeah.
Matt Damon? Was he in that one? Or
Yeah.
was he in? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Concussion again. Now
see
we're
it.
very modern, right?
Yeah.
Concussion, Suicide Squad, Collateral Beauty, which
That was supposed to be-
a giant bomb.
Yeah, a lot of people had a real big problem with that movie because
Yeah.
apparently the preview for it was not the movie. So that was the biggest criticism. People went in there were like, "This was a."
Sounds
it was
familiar.
It would
Sounds
no.
like freaking.
It comes at night. Did you see Marty tweeting that it was like one of his favorite horror movies of all time?
Of course.
I want to go
That
over there,
makes too
tear that
much
fucking
sense.
sweater off his face and stuff it in his throat.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, Jesus. I just didn't want to get in your way, the way of your wrath.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was one. I never saw it because it didn't really speak. The preview didn't speak to me, but apparently the preview made it look like it was a team of people. Like he was depressed, and all these people were like helping him out of this depression. And I guess the actual plot of the movie is they're all plotting against him to make him think he's insane, to get him out of the
kinda
company
cool.
because he's a majority owner and they want him out. So, but that's not like if you go back and watch the preview for that movie, it's like the uplifting tale of 5 people who were like pretending to be. He's like,
Everything she
I'm death. I'm going to
does
shepherd you
is
through this. In reality, she's like some actress that's getting fucking paid and like do
Jesus, I
heroin.
never. This movie sounds awesome.
Apparently,
was it
it wasn't
called?
very good. What was it called?
Collateral Beauty.
Collateral Beauty.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're running out of movie titles. Aren't we?
So I remember seeing his career arc, right? Fucking Fresh Prince.
Hell yeah.
He's hilarious as fuck. Crying in that one scene made me cry as well.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah, so he goes from like the really
What happened
like,
out in the scene?
I don't know. I just Uncle Phil.
it's a scene where he's
Realize
like,
he's not wanted.
yeah, it's like real sad, man.
Talking about his dad,
The
right?
dad's
Yeah,
situation.
because his dad
Gotcha.
was pieced out on him or whatever.
Gotcha.
So Will Smith's, he's a
Let that go.
sitcom.
Yep.
He's a
Let that go.
He's a comedic sitcom guy.
Yeah.
Then becomes a fucking action star, right?
Yeah.
And then here's the parallel that I made. I was like, Shia LaBeouf, Even Stevens.
Yes.
Now he's doing Transformers. Now he's doing this fucking movie where he's being surveillance is on him all the time. Remember?
Eagle Eye.
Eagle
Eagle Eye. So I was
yeah.
like, man, he's the next Will Smith. Like this, because Will Smith then did iRobot and he did
Yeah.
fucking fucking I Am Legend or whatever.
Hancock and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw Shia LaBeouf going down the same road. Very different paths.
Different paths. Different paths.
They both fell off, in my opinion, but in 2 very different and distinct ways.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf punched a neo-Nazi.
He did. He did.
He also did
Shia
a lot of
LaBeouf, man.
weird
Very
art
interesting
installments
dude,
all
Yeah.
over the place.
He
You could go talk
recorded
to
himself watching all his movies.
which I love.
That's so cool.
Hey,
Great.
shout out to Shia LaBeouf. I mean, obviously he's had some issues, but man, that dude, he's brought so much joy into my life.
Yeah, me too,
Even
man.
Stevens,
Over the
man.
years. Even damn Stevens.
was that
Shout out
movie
to
he
Ren
did?
Stevens.
Remember True
Shout out to
Had a
Confessions?
Ren.
huge crush.
True Confession. See, that was the moment you're like, this kid is for real.
Yeah.
He has
Where
fucking
he played a
range.
mentally ill kid.
It was a Disney Channel original movie
Oh,
where,
okay.
yeah, and he played this kid, and it was just like, oh my God. And it meant something. It was like, damn, I'm
Yeah,
learning
sure.
today.
It's good.
All
Yeah,
right.
and then there was Holes.
Holes. Holy fuck, Holes.
The
is
hell
good.
was that movie about? They just digging holes and digging holes in the desert. I never saw it.
Holes,
Oh, really?
Holes is they are digging dirt for their punishment or whatever, but really they're looking for something. Like they don't know that they're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
like
they find it?
Oh yeah.
Don't spoil
And
it.
so much
Spoilers.
more.
Dude.
it's good, dude. Holes is fucking good. You should
Holes
watch
is
it.
fucking good. Hey, cool, Greg.
Here comes Cool Greg. Sounds like he's
Saw a
eating
bowl of
cereal.
cereal. I heard a bowl of cereal movie.
Were you the bowl of cereal? Get in here, cool, Greg.
You can bring the
Bring
cereal.
your bowl of
Yeah, don't worry.
cereal.
Bring the
Bring
cereal.
Bring the
That's
bowl
fine.
of cereal, Cool Greg.
What are you eating?
What are your thoughts on Holes?
This mic.
Oh man, I love Holes. I just put out a tweet about Holes like 2 weeks ago.
You did. You sure did.
Yeah, I love Holes, and then the rap songs that went along with it. Top
Oh, see, there you go.
Can I
I was
please-
about to say there was no rap. Like Will Smith did the rap, but Shia didn't have it.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
He did.
He's got bars.
He got them
Yeah.
bars.
Greg, can I put out a tweet that just says, "What are your thoughts on holes?"
Cool, Greg.
Sure.
Cool. I love that. Come back here. Sorry. We're talking about Will Smith. What are your thoughts on Will Smith?
love him.
Why?
Talking on the mic.
I thought the way he dissed Eminem back was classy. I know he gets a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
I can say shit, right? But he's like he said, he's like, Big Will make another 20 mil. Walk right past E. I'm a nice guy. Why y'all harassing me? Like, I don't know, just made hell like He got him. Like, you're right.
You're right. You're right. Will Smith, Lost and Found, 2006.
Will.
Check it out.
You know what'll happen to Will Smith? Prediction. By what?
He'll start doing Netflix movies
He's
for a
gonna
lot
be
of
in
money.
Star Wars.
He's gonna be in Fast and the Furious 9. Take it to the bank.
Oh shit, that's a good
Take it to
call,
the bank.
dude.
Oh, down
That's
boy.
a good fucking call.
Shit, we
Wait.
should get that rumor going right now.
No. See, the thing that I miss more than anything in freaking life is Will Smith doing theme songs for the fucking movies he's in.
Yeah, I know.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
Fast and the
Do
Furious,
Fast
in case
9
you were
and
curious.
oh my God.
Yeah,
yes.
let's go, Will
You
Smith.
can't
Oh,
get
wait,
better
like
than
vanilla. Wait, what did I
The
say?
Wild Wild Fast and Furious.
No,
Go
don't
into the
make
Wild
up new
Wild
stuff.
Fast and Furious.
I'm
Don't
into
Ellen
it.
John.
So what are your guys' thoughts on Bright then? Because he's doing that movie for Netflix, written by Max Landis, David Ayers directing. It's like I want to say
Cops
vampires
and trolls.
Yeah, it's like a lot of shit.
It's
it is
fantasy
It's
and
Max
lives in the real
Landis'
world.
head in a blender.
Right.
With Will Smith.
If Max is on board, I'm on board.
I mean, I'm happy it's a movie. If it was a series, I'd be a little concerned
Yeah,
about it.
so-
But a movie, I mean, all right, I'll give my time to that.
Imagine a real time like takes place right now in New York City. There are cops and Will Smith plays a cop, but also fantasy creatures live in this world. So like trolls are cops and like gnomes. and
Oh,
orcs
okay,
and
okay,
shit
neat,
like
neat,
that.
neat. Okay,
It's like Hellboy.
okay.
Yeah,
Hellboy.
that's a good call, Kevin. So the few stills that came out look very suspect.
Oh, really?
Honest. They're like, oof, like Will Smith. This better be hit. You got to hit this, man. Like,
Honey,
I want it to
come
work
ride.
so well, dude. And just ride with me, just ride and take a walk with me, just walk. Remember that?
Walk
With
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Good
Slide,
shit. I think I did that at my talent show actually in the Men in Black dance.
Nice.
I think I did.
I
Wow.
love you, Andy.
Maybe I
Great,
did.
Andy.
Maybe I
What
tried
do you
to.
Just
think
a
you
dream.
did? What do you? I mean,
It
what
was
do you?
all just
Maybe
a
it was
dream.
just like the little fucking vampire puppet.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Who
existed.
knows?
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy show each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where just $1 lets you watch us stream it live while we record it, just like so many of you are right now. Thank you so
Millions
much.
of you.
But then we deleted it. So then you have to give us more money, $5 or $10 if you want it on Friday early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. It's ad-free too. I got to get used to saying that in the rigmarole. Sorry. There's also exclusive access to the shows we're doing. Doodles will be there early, all this different stuff. Cooking with Greggy will be there early too. Andy's doodling.
Fucking $1 gets you party mode early on Kind of Funny Games.
That doesn't
What are you
happen. We're talking
waiting
Kinda
for?
Funny. If you got no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. Head on over to youtube.com/kindafunny. We put up the show topic by topic, day by day, until it goes up as one big video in MP3 the following Friday. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Sorry, we cut it there before I forgot to check the poll. I asked, is the Will Smith movie Hitch iconic? 45% say yes, 55% say no. 230 votes at the moment.
How much longer is the poll?
That's crazy.
I get like
It's
10
so
more
iconic.
minutes.
Okay.
Oh no, they will now.
is.
No,
It's
here we
so
go.
iconic.
I'm sorry, updated with 848 votes. 2 minutes left. 61% no.
Aw.
It is not iconic.
No.
You're
It's
remembering
super
it with
iconic.
rose tinted goggles.
No, I'm not. I don't even like it that much.
Your
Rose-tinted goggles.
rose-colored visor
I
is
love it.
crazy.
I love it.
Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.